Hello, guys. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everybody out there. YouTube land. This is Moz coming to you with another episode of Moz's Toy Box Toy Photography Talk. Today we got I can't speak. Today we got Loco Lu with us, and we're gonna be talking some photos with you. What's up, Loco Lu?
What's popping, people? How y'all doing today?
You know what's popping?
We're good, Moz.
What's shaking on this fortress, man? Oh, look, somebody mentioned me in their story, dude. I want to take a minute before we get really going. And I want to thank the Instagram community, man.
Oh, yeah.
The community has been so awesome, dude. The community has been so awesome. They've been, passing around the hack, trying to let everybody know what's going on. Like, everybody comes to me and they're like, oh, my God, you got hacked? I'm like, yeah. And the next thing I know, they're posting. And they're like, guys, watch out. And not only are they posting the hack, but they're also trying to help get my followers back, which is really great. I mean, I'm not where I was, obviously, but in the week that I've been up, I'm up to 400 followers. So
4,000.
that's pretty good.
You have 4K, bro. You have 4K.
Yeah, I'm not at 4K yet, but I'm at, another. I'm at a what 10% of 4K? No, yeah, 10% of 4K. Math is hard for me. I'm at a percentage of 4K. That's all I know. I want to give a shout out also to Noble Young, of course, being the first one here today, as always. Carlito, what's going on? Binakin and JC, how you guys doing? But yeah, guys, if you're getting any messages from Moz's Toy Box, plural, with the MOZS, Moz's _Toy Box, if you get any messages from them, ignore them. Do not do anything they tell you. That is my hacked account. Do not engage with that account. In fact, report it, block it, delete it, whatever you need to do, but get that stuff out of there. Don't talk to them. Just report them and move on. Make sure you're following the proper account, which is Moz _Toy Box. No S. Which
it
drives
it still has the Invader Moz logo on it. So that's how you know it's not Moz. Moz got a new logo entirely, which is awesome.
I made it myself. So the new logo is like the logo on the channel at the top right corner of your screen, and that is on my current non-hacked account. And what's going on, Dokinator? How you doing? Yeah, apparently he's been blocking people too. He's blocked me because I thought the account got pulled down, but I can't see it anymore. So
I blocked him. He tried to reach me. Whoever that dude is tried to reach me yesterday. I'm like, oh no, hell no, forgot to block you. Block. Like, can I ask you something? Nope.
Yeah, you can ask me. You can ask him how to get a hold of me so you can give me my account back.
He could go F off.
Yeah. But it's crazy, man. Instagram is no help getting that account back. I have not heard anything from them. I've written it off. I've written the account off. It's just. It's sad.
Just write it off, bro. It's sad, but just write it off because you would think with the advancements of technology, you would reach somebody high up, and they just don't care.
I tried calling them, and they're like, "We don't talk to people on the phone. We're not human." It's essentially like
exactly. Yeah, they're glad to get the hype up, and be a part of the hype train, but. When it comes to stuff like that, they're not trying to do nothing. What's up, Carlito? What's up?
But yeah, he's blocking people now. He's offing people, so I can't see the account, which is sad because I was using it as kind of a blueprint to repost stuff. Because I'm reposting stuff, from my old account because it's my stuff and I want it there. And H Green, man, if you want to pop in, let me know, man. I'll get you. Usually you're working, so if you're home and you want to pop in, let me know.
Come on, get in here. Get in here.
Well, he could be still on the road. I don't know, but
I don't care. Get in here.
But but anyway, yeah. So I can't do anything with that account. It sucks because I liked when I reposted stuff. I at least pull my camera settings because I put them all up there. I don't have to dig it out of Lightroom and stuff. I could just I still have the pictures on my phone. It's easy. I just grab them and then I could just copy and paste what I had put on the image on my original account, like my little quote that I like to put and the camera settings, the figure settings, that would all been there. And it made it easy. Hashtags all there. I could have just done that. But now I'm blocked. I can't even do that. So it's going to make that a slower process. I'm going to have to redo all kinds of crap. It's annoying. First world problems.
Yeah, you had 1,000 posts on there, bro. You had over 1,000 posts on your Instagram.
Yeah, I had over 1,000 posts and over 4,000 followers. So
yeah, man, I was watching, bro. I'm like, yo, this scumbag, man. Like, I hope he gets what's coming to him.
But back to photography. I actually took a picture last night.
He's stealing his shit.
Yeah. I actually took a picture last night, and I was gonna post it today, right? It was a picture of my Jason Voorhees figure, right? And then I was like, wait a minute, before I post this, because I don't take a lot of pictures of him. I was like, when is Friday the 13th? And I go looking through my calendar, I was like, damn it, it's this week.
This week. That's perfect. That's perfect.
I was like, there's no more Friday the 13th the rest of the year. So it's gonna have to wait. Until Friday to post that one. So I just grabbed my Batman, my good old trusty Batman in the warehouse picture, and repost that just to have something. Yeah. And I want to post some more. I want to do more Guyver shots, but I'm waiting for my mail, and Lou knows what I'm waiting for in the mail.
Yeah. I hope you get it, and I hope you got the right one.
There's more than one.
Yeah, listen, with the Guyver line, the only one that's unique to Figma is the female Guyver. Because they made two versions. They made two versions of the female Guyver in manga color and in the movie color. And she's unique only to Figma. For the Max Factory line Bio Fighter collection, they have the male Guyver 2, Guyver 1, Guyver 3, and that's where the confusion is, because they did two variations of both. So you have one with glow-in-the-dark blades. You have one with black blades for Guyver 3. Guyver 1, you had the first edition, and then you had the second edition, which is the 1.5, which comes with the extra head with the him pulling his mouth, which is the one that I have.
Okay, because I could get that one, and I didn't know if that was a real one. So it didn't have the spoiler on the top of his head, though. Is that something you changed?
If he didn't have the spoiler, he's broken. If it didn't have the spoiler, it's broken.
Okay. All right, but yeah, I don't think I got the glow in the dark version of either. I mean, who knows? It was number 333, Figma number 333.
That's Figma. Yeah. If it's number 333, it's Figma.
Yeah.
The 333rd edition of Figma is Guyver 3 from Figma.
So that's what I bought. Good. But I don't know about glow in the dark is what I'm saying. I don't think it had that.
No, glow in the dark is for Max Factory Bio Collection Fighters. That one. That one is the first edition. I have that one. I have it.
All right. Sorry guys. We're distracted and talking about toys again. I apologize.
That's what we take pictures of. We don't take pictures of ourselves. No.
Yeah, this is true. It is kind of a toy talk too. Let's see. H Green says I take that back. I did take photos, but they were all blurry. Yeah. I've been there. But Lou, man, you took some photos this week, right? You took some photos of this guy you got in your hands there. Let's pull this up, man. Where's my Instagram window? Let me pull you up here.
I didn't do what I wanted to do. Like, the pictures that I took were basically simplistic pictures just for the end credits of my review. If you guys haven't noticed, in my channel, when I do a review of a figure, I usually post up a few shots of it posed up. The scenery may not all be there, but I do something very simple, post it up, have him, teamed up with a couple of his comrades or whatever. And if it's just a 6 scale, I'll more than likely have it by itself, unless I have like a big space to work with. So
I think I'm actually getting out of 6 scale, dude. I think I'm slowing down hardcore. I've been kind of going back to these smaller scales, man. It's so much easier to work with them.
Well, here's the thing with 6 scale. There's more. Here's the thing. It's a basket of problems, right? When you talk,
you locked up.
Scaling, dioramas, you're locked out in different stuff. You know what I mean? So with 6 scale, you're thinking vehicles. That's a price point that you can't. What's up? What's popping, Uncommon? You're thinking about like maybe $1,000 for a vehicle, right? That's one vehicle. That's not including the scenery you could the environment you're gonna make. And let's be real, you can CGI and green screen a background all you want. It's tangible, physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Backdrops that work with
There's
your
nothing
lighting.
replaces
That
it.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's great. Yo,
Uh,
Loco.
Yeah, Eddie is saying, "Yo, Loco, for some reason your Hood's Vapor video popped up in recommendations. I never heard of that figure till now, but I need it." By the way, that video was fire with the diorama.
Thank you. That's the TMNT NECA street scene diorama. Well, technically it's not the TMNT version. This is the regular one from NECA, and even that could fit with your 6-inch figures and your 7-inch figures because it is roughly in the same field of scale. And that's what I'm talking about. You can have stuff like that, and fill up a specific void, and work with it. With green screen, unless you're really really talented with a green screen, then you can make it work. Then go for it. There's no law saying that you can't. It's just when
you gotta
you're
really know
dealing with
Photoshop to use that.
yeah
to get, yeah.
Yeah, when you're dealing with like physical medium, that if you're doing outside shots, the best thing to do is just find a nice shaded area or a spot that you want to take a shot of, and you're one and done with your atmosphere stuff. Like I know H Green knows what I'm talking about, because if he wanted to make the area look a little foggy, he'll get atmosphere spray, hook it up, make it look foggy, and he'll be in the outside and whatnot. But to do the blue screen, that's a different talent all in itself, and sometimes it retracts away from you messing around with this, and you're spending more time on the computer doing whatever it is you're doing on the computer just to make the shot look the way you want it to.
Yeah.
That it each their own. To each their own. And I'm not knocking it. I'm saying that's a different talent.
Carlito's saying to you, Lou, he says, "I love the mod you did on the Mando figure with the cape. It doesn't require altering the figure itself, just a custom accessory. I like to keep my figures stock, but like to add to them." So yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. I added a little cape. This is from one of those Halloween Batman capes, right? And I had extra, so I just snipped enough where it looked a little worn and tethered, a little bit shorter than the one from the original figure. And the original figure has like a different texture. It's like sway on one side, and the opposite side, the inner side, was rough. But this one's the same through and through. And I was thinking about adding like a bendy wire in it, just so that way I can make it flow and kind of crumple up. But yeah, man, like the collar, if you will, right here, it could come off if it wasn't glued in. Majority of the time this is glued in, but mine's wasn't glued in, which was good for me because I was able to put the cape in one of the pegs. So I took the cape, made it flat out, folded it, put a hole through it, and then put this right in between this, so it kind of gives us that flowy cape without building up in the back, and that way I could keep his backpack on, and it looks like the way he does in the show, where
yeah, it looks pretty tight, dude. It looks like is it a Black Series figure?
No, this is a movie realization line figure, so it's bigger than a Black Series. Matter of fact, I got Luke nearby. Let me.
All right, while you grab that, I'm going to go over this piece I was building today, this week, real quick.
Oh,
speaking of real props, this is a tree I've been making. I got to paint it still. It's just got the base coat on it. This is made out of Sculpey.
Cast it and send it to me. Cast it and send it to me, bro. Cast it and send it to me, bro. I'll buy it off you for $50.
This is made out of Sculpey. It's made for the 1/12 scale stuff. I was going to use it with my Nosferatu. So this has been pretty interesting to try to do. It's you had to build a wire frame to it, and then try to make it look like a tree. I kind of think I fired it too early, though. I really should have added some more detail on this side. This seems just kind of flat on this side. But yeah, it was quite interesting. Sculpey, I use a lot of Sculpey though, a lot more than I intended to. But yeah, this is pretty sweet though. This is just something I've been working on.
Right. So here,
H Green said Tamashii Nations. He was asking you about that for the. I guess
Tamashii Nations is the branding, but the anything from Bandai is Tamashii Nations. You get what I'm saying? So like even Dragon Ball Z stuff from SH Figuarts, the sub brand, is Tamashii Nations. So this is a movie realization line. So if you have like SH Figuarts or SIC Common Rider stuff, those are the sub lines. So this is the movie realization line where they take movie or TV or even comic book inspirations characters and give them that feudal Japan look. So let me I'm gonna bring this, stand them up straight so you can see my Black Series Luke, my Bespin Luke, and just have him standing here. I just like you can see that they're not in scale with each other. Give me a second. Just flipping my camera.
Nobody wants to look at that.
Okay, dude, that's my logo. Let me see. Here we go. So there's your height comparison.
Yeah.
So
Bendikin, he says they just seem a little bit. He says way too expensive for the size for them. May as well get Hot Toys for a bit more. That's what they're saying. But
well, everybody spends what they want to spend on whatever they like. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. For instance, this guy right here is the price of a Hot Toy.
Yeah.
This is the Mythic Legion's Stone Troll. He comes with an extra head, and he's basically rotocast. He's limited in articulation. He has some soft goods, but he is that specific price tag, like of $200, and you can buy yourself a Hot Toy with a little extra. You know what I mean?
My Guyver's fetching that much money, so you know.
Yeah, Guyver's fetching up that money, but that's aftermarket, right?
Yeah.
This guy right here, he's 140, but he comes with Grogu with his little top knot, and he's articulated.
Wow, which is more than Hot Toys could give you. For the 1/6 Grogu anyway.
Exactly. He comes with the katana, his blaster, the thruster pack, the long rifle. He comes with 4 extra sets of hands, right? And also a stroller with the pram. So the pram and like a baby carriage. It looks like a baby carriage, like a Japanese feudal Japan baby carriage, which is fine because it represents the lone wolf and cub. And I have it, on a display right now. But whatchamacallit, for 140, and this line, it's always fetching $100 plus. Because I have pretty much everybody from the Marvel line. I have majority of the Star Wars line. It's like you can put a price tag on something, but then what is it that you're really buying? This is fully articulated with no hindrances.
Didn't you usually find those at Barnes & Noble? Like, isn't that those? Okay, that's the same figures then that you'd see of the Asian inspiration, the samurai inspiration? Gotcha.
Yep. So,
what's up, Nomad? How you doing? We're going over some figures right now, Nomad. Just going over some figures, and then we're going to get into some photography talk. But yeah, let's get into the pictures you took with this guy, Lou. Oh no! Yeah. Wait. Okay. Yeah. I had a noise. I thought you dropped. I was like, wait.
No. I just brought in my Boba Fett and my Wolverine, so you can see.
All right. We'll take a look at those in a minute. Yeah, here's the lone wolf and cub looking shot right here. And now this looks like a printed out background. Is that right, or is that
you bought it? Extreme diorama sets, wall and floor pieces. So basically, they come up with cardboard cutouts for your display. So they made a few different buildings. They made a sewer. They made a train. I actually have the train, and I have the subway station as well. So it covers a lot of space, but it's awesome for photography. I'm just looking for a nice day that I'm off that I'm not doing anything, I'll prop them all up on the bed and, you know, balance it out where I can actually take shots.
Yeah. One thing that might help with that is if you can get an extra piece of some kind of board to just help make the make it bigger so it stabilizes more across the bed.
I have a very thick, long sheet of styrofoam board.
Yeah, that could work. Yeah, and then put this all on top of it. So yeah. I personally, I don't have a lot of experience with these 2-dimensional printout diorama pieces. Most of the stuff I have is, you know, stuff that I made. The closest thing I've got to a 2-dimensional piece is this Hadley's Hope sign that I printed. It's on a piece of foam though, but this is just printed paper and glued to the foam.
That's a nice way to do it. Cheap.
Yeah, so it gave me something to use as a prop for the alien. To kind of sit on, so it had a top to it, and so now I don't have the NECA pack that came with this, and even if I did, I don't think I'd break it open because it's in a blister pack, and I really hate breaking over blister packs. Like, can't put it back. Collector means like you can't put it back.
It's not collector friendly. It's meant to either stay sealed or, you know, open.
Yeah, there's your Marvel ones. Yeah, Boba Fett and Wolverine there. Rock on.
So I got Boba Fett and Wolverine, and then, you know, here's your 6-inch Luke, and Luke is fairly short. Luke is the shortest of the males. So, like, I have Darth Maul, I have Spider-Man, Cap, War Machine, Iron Man, Jango Fett, Darth Vader, a couple of troopers. So, like, this line right here speaks to me, and the reason why I would spend my money more so on this than the Black Series is because of the aesthetics. Like, the aesthetics is what sells me. It's not so much, oh, this is not a representation of Star Wars. It is. It's just in feudal Japan armor. And
but the scale looks like it's going to be problematic, Lou, when you're shooting with it with other figures and stuff. I mean, yeah, your Troll's going to work with that, but, like, your Black Series doesn't work with it. So, and I'm running into that same problem with my Figma Guyver. You know, he's a little small for 1/12 scale. And so, like, I mean, if you look at my little display right here, I bought this Haya Alien Queen thinking maybe I could get away with this. But as you see, Guyver's too big for her, and yet NECA's too big for the Guyver. I can't really get him in there. And you're on the other end of that. Your figure is a little bigger than the NECA, and of course bigger than the Haya, and too small to go with Hot Toys. So you're in that same boat as me, just on the other end of the spectrum.
Well, here's the thing with the Samurai line. I only keep them with the Samurai line. The only time I will blend them is things of the same medium. So if it's a feudal Japan style look, anything that's in feudal Japan, like for instance, Spawn did a Samurai line, a subline where they had a bunch of different creatures and characters that's in Samurai form, including Spawn, and he scales perfectly with these guys.
Okay.
Perfectly. And then with the upcoming Ninja Spawn that's coming out, that's also going to scale well with this because it's in that 7-inch scale. This is literally like, I just picked Luke because he's the closest one I have, and he's the shortest of the bunch. He's not like an actual 6-inch scale unless you compare him on his 6-inch exactly.
Uncommon Flex says he's got that Wolverine there too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that Wolverine is dope. Deadpool is nice too. Deadpool, he's a nice character to play with.
I want to go back to Carlito's comment real quick. He says it's on par with the course on pricing for a lot of these figures at this point. As Hot Toys prices go up, so do all the other scales and brands. Statues are going up too. Yeah, it's a crazy game we're playing right now with the pricing of stuff. But as I was telling Lou before the show, I'm actually, I'll still buy my Hot Toys, but I'm enjoying taking pictures of these smaller scales now, particularly this Guyver. I'm loving shooting this Guyver. This Guyver, I think, he loves the camera as much as I love shooting him. He just handles that camera so well.
Time you was able to get yourself a Guyver in hand, and Guyver being one of your childhood, favorites, I get it, because that's how I felt when he first came out. I was like, yes, give me more Guyver.
Well, I finally watched Out of Control the other night after we were talking, because remember I told you I was like, I have the VHS tape, and I showed you the tape and the pictures.
Yeah.
And when I popped it open, I only had like maybe 10 minutes of that watched, and I'd never even rewound it. And of course, now I don't have a VCR to rewind it, so that's fun. But it was on. I was actually looking for the OVA episodes, the ones that I like, and for some reason, Out of Control came up, the whole movie on YouTube, and I was like, I'll watch it. And it wasn't edited, by the way. I was quite surprised that YouTube didn't strike that at some point because, yeah, it's just you were right.
The dub version?
No, it was subtitled.
Oh, it was subtitled. Okay. Yeah, because there's a dub version that they kind of cut out that scene.
Yeah, right? I don't know why that scene had to be there. You didn't see that happen to show at all.
Nah.
I mean, if they're gonna have to do it, they got to do it both ways. Not that I want to see it either way.
Yeah, but they did it because it's for the boys. You know what I mean? It's for the boys.
But anyway, so Uncommon Flex, he says he got him for 82 years ago. That Wolverine. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. You just need to wait. There's a waiting game. Just like with Hot Toys, these guys don't fly off the shelf. You can wait for the price to go down and snag them. But you also run into the same issue where you missed the boat and now you got to pay double.
Yeah. Well, a lot of those figures, I don't know. I mean, when I go into Barnes & Noble, I always see them there. Like they're not selling unless they have a sale. That's the only time I ever see that area getting cleared out at all is when they do a sale, like 30% off or something.
That's because people are in the mindset, they're not Black Series. They don't cost this much. I'd rather spend that money for a bunch of Black Series figures that are this small. They give me all the articulation and they're 1-to-1 to the film. See, I'm not buying it for the film. I'm buying it for the aesthetics.
Yeah. Well, let's look at your other shots we did here.
Yeah, I have him covering with.
Why does that gun look too big for him? It looks like it's his handgun, but they've made it bigger.
Yeah, it's a flintlock. So basically, instead of it being a smaller pistol, it is quite bigger. So if I pull
Gotcha. Can I critique the pose a little bit?
You can critique all you want.
This leg on the camera right side, I think it needs to be higher up and more out, like more camera right. The knee does.
Well,
because it just kind of looks like he's sitting on whatever stand you got.
Well, that's the thing. Like with the way his legs bent, it's not a superhero thrust lift. It's more like when you see Mando and Boba Fett and any of them lift, their feet kind of drag. So,
yeah, because they're on wires. Like, yeah, they don't do the superhero knee bend thing.
They don't have to lift up their leg. So this is why the shot is the way it is. So like to create that straight pose with the feet, I kind of like push the leg back a little bit. That's why it looks like he's sitting. But there's also the illusion of the poofy pants. The poofy pants. Like if I was to bring his legs all the way up like this, right?
Oh, let me get back.
You have more of a superhero pose, right? You'll have that superhero pose, but to go.
Do they butterfly out any though? Not just up, but out a little bit. You're gonna make me pull out a figure, aren't you?
There you go. This butterflies out.
All right. So, what I'm asking though is, can you get not just the up for the superhero, but also out?
You can, but that's not a realistic flight pose for anyone with a thruster pack. That's the thing. Rocketeer is another example. You don't do that with the Rocketeer. He's always with his legs straight down.
I don't care about the Rocketeer, man. That's Disney.
Hey, so's Star Wars. Star Wars is Disney.
Silence! I kill you. Now, I'm going to critique a little bit on the photography aspects of this. So there's nothing really inherently wrong here, but is there a way, because I know you shoot with your phone, is there a way to play with the depth of field at all? Because the corrugation on the board, I shouldn't be seeing that.
No. There's
no way you really play with that? Yeah.
No, there's no way to play with that on the phone, especially if everything's in focus. Everything's in focus. So you get to see all of that.
I think if you shoot in portrait mode, it can give you the depth of field, though. But then you also get those weird lighting issues with it.
Exactly. And that's why I don't do portrait mode unless I'm like literally like have a specific distance or whatever, and I usually do that with the hot toys if I want to get like an actual in-depth, in-close shot and blur everything out in the background. But
because all this really needs is to get that blur in the background a little bit, just that depth of field blur, because the corrugation lines are pulling me visually anyway right out of the shot. Like this could be a cool shot, and then you see those lines, you're like, oh, he's in front of a piece of cardboard, you know. And it's, I know there's just limitations to your hardware right now, but I guess, but
well, it's not so much of that, you know. It's what I use for the smaller scale. You know, if I wanted to like really make it like super duper in depth and make it look like one of the Hot Toys ones that I take pictures of, I would literally have to just like pull this whole way forward, pull my camera back, and just spend more time on the shot than the actual video, because I did everything via video and I just took a couple pictures.
Okay, rock on. I just, because things are noticing.
Shots. This is all after shots showing you poses of the figure. This is not so much of hey, look at me, I could do this, you know, and that, you know, behind, you know what I mean? This is like raw, uncut. Here you go.
Well, while Lou and I are going over the shots this week, make sure that if you have any shots on Instagram you would like us to go over here in a little bit, make sure you hashtag InvaderMoz. Even though my account's hacked, no longer has that name, we can still use that as the hashtag, because there's gonna be less people playing with that than other stuff. You know, they'll be pretty fine tuned, so it'd be really awesome. That's the last of the. Oh no, you still got the other one. That's right. You got the Wolverine and Mando here, and yeah, I mean, you're getting a little bit of that depth of field blur here. You can see it, but for some reason, it's still picking up that corrugation of the board. See those lines there?
Yeah, but the blur is not really there. The blur is part of the cardboard.
Is it? Because it looks like it's there. Like the camera's actually got that blur there.
Nah, the blur is part of the cardboard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we just need to get those lines out. That would be awesome. It would work out great. We need to get you a real camera, Lou. That's what we need to do.
Well,
we need to.
Let's
everybody donate, and we'll get Lou a camera.
But also, like, since it's also, you know, here it is.
Hold on, let me.
See, it all look like this.
Yeah, but if you could manage your depth of field, like this few inches away. Sorry.
If I bend the light this way, then you don't see it.
I can still kind of see it, but yeah, it's a little less. You know, it's a little harder to see.
See, and then, but if I do it this way, it's still visible.
Or were you just gonna say, H Green, let's get you a camera? Let's get Lou a camera.
Let's get me a camera.
Let's get Lou a camera, everybody. Let's everybody donate and get Lou a camera. Because then he could just do some mad damage. I think he'd be unstoppable when you get him a camera. He's got the eye for the poses. That's for damn sure. We just need to be able to get him past the limitations. Because here's a great example. And this is a good segue, actually, Lou, because you know we're gonna go talk about my stuff now. Here's a good segue. That there is a perfect segue as to what depth of field with your camera can do.
But the pose is hot garbage, though.
I mean, because we're going to go to the little behind the scenes thing, and it's going to be a little small. I'm going to apologize now, but you'll see when we go to look at it. See, it's just all that is foam, or not foam.
I know.
Cotton. And I got the alien wrapped up in there a little bit, and just got light shining through it. And yet the camera, when you're done with it, the camera just makes it look like an explosion, you know, just because of the depth of field, because you're able to control that. You know, see how far he is away from it. So, you know, I'm running at 5.6. My f-stop is 5.6, and yeah, that's able to blur everything just the right amount. And boom, we'll go back
and
to
here's
the main picture.
There's no depth of field because it's just the review tape. That's it. It's just too. And that's it. I
mean, it does have a focal range, but you can't modify it at all. So you go with whatever iPhone or whatever gives you as your focal range. So,
yeah, but
Brandon says, "Get Lou a cam." Let's all hashtag get Lou a cam.
That.
You know, Anthony's in the market. Oh wait, did we lose Lou? Oh, don't say that. Lou will be right back, I'm sure. So, there he is.
It's not like the tunnel that you built for your aliens, where you can create that depth of field. If I had my ubiquitous diorama set build, I could create that depth of field because I've taken shots with it like that. Because you can disassemble it and assemble it however you want. And I've done that. It's just it gets cumbersome to keep it like that around in the room, so I built it so it's a wall. That way
dude, it's fine. It's a limitation of the camera that you got on the phone. It's nothing you can do about it. It's not even how you build your diorama. It's the fact that you can't play with your f-stop, because that's all your depth of field is controlled by is your f-stop, which is how wide your shutter is. So you're at 1.4, your shutter is open all the way like that, and it's letting in tons of light, but your depth of field is going to be really tiny. It's going to be like minute. It's going to be like your plane is going to be from, like here, as opposed to when you have your f-stop at, like 12, you're out to here. So anything within that plane will be in focus. But, 1.4, you only got this much, which means that all that background gets bokeh'd into, nothingness. And also on this shot, I'm using my 100 millimeter macro lens.
So would you recommend that I literally take the phone, back it up like I said before? Like that's how I would normally do it. Take the phone, back it up, and then zoom in.
Well, see, it depends on how your camera operates, because if your lens, this is why I use the macro lens too, because if I used my regular 32 millimeter lens, it would have been too wide of a shot. It would have made everything look too small because I'd had to back up far enough to get all this in there.
Yeah.
Whereas even though I still had to back way up, the way the 100 millimeter shoots, it's a macro, so it kind of it doesn't give you a lot of extra room on the outsides. It's going to really
zooms in.
It doesn't zoom. It's a static focal length, but it acts like you're zoomed in. It's like
it's a zoom.
It's not a wide shot at all. So, Let's see. Uncommon Flex, good, awesome, dude. We're gonna get to that here shortly. Let me just keep up with this real quick. But H Green says we need to crowdfund you a camera, and I agree. The ubiquitous is, I don't know what
yeah, the ubiquitous is such a pain
to okay. You know what he's talking about.
That I'm talking about, because Dockinator uses the same exact one for his Predator shots and Hot Toy shots. He knows what I'm talking about, because we got the ones with the light up feature. So those are
that's that diorama thing that I want to buy. Okay, yeah.
So they made some without the light up feature, and I they should have kept it with the light up feature. And you have to take a bunch of USB wires, you have two splits, and they all connect with each other. After you find a way to synchronize all the lights to go to one power source, then you have to go and cover each one. So you have to build the outer frame, put in the wire, make sure you do the light test and everything fits the way it's supposed to. And that way you have the excess, it goes that way. But when you cover everything up, it looks seamless. Once you start placing that together, then you're done. Literally, I spent the whole day building and disassembling that crap. It's a pain to do, but it's fun once you.
Wow, I didn't respond to Collectors.Orbit on that. I feel bad. Dave, I'll get to you. I promise. Look at all these comments I didn't get to. I didn't even realize there was all these comments there. Yeah, I want to get that diorama, but I've just been building my own, as we know. So it's just what I've been doing.
Build your own, because just to buy, just like dealing with it is literally a pain.
Yeah. There's another shot with a 100 millimeter macro lens. Again, it's a depth of field. It's just the fact that you can control that. I want to focus. F11. That's actually a pretty big, long, good amount of depth of field there. But I got this alien at the front of that thing, and all the way towards the back. It's working out. I don't think that's where I had to. I didn't repost the behind the scenes. I did it. I posted them originally.
I know what you're talking about. I know a lot of the people who are repeat visitors know what we're talking about. And if you're unprivy to what Maz is talking about, you're gonna have to go and back check.
Yeah, we can go check out some of the old videos, of course. I did do behind the scenes, as I said, for this guy, and did I do? No, I didn't do any for that. That's I think it's a funny shot.
I love
and you said it was some Foo Fighter. No, that's Mayor McCheese.
From where?
From McDonald's. He's a 1970s Remco, Mayor McCheese from McDonald's. You called him some Foo Fighter thing.
Yeah, I thought it was the dude from Foo Fighters because Hamburglar didn't look like that.
He's not Hamburglar. He's Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese, exactly. That's why, because it was Lael who said, "Look, you got Hamburglar." I'm like, no, that's gotta be the dude from Foo Fighters, man. He's basically a human body with head. And Mayor McCheese, I completely forgot, bro. You're showing your age, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, this one's missing his jacket too, but we found it in a box of stuff when I was helping my parents clean out the attic, and I was like, we're gonna do something funny with this guy, and here he is. He's running from an alien. You can have all the fries you want. Just leave me alone. But here's a behind the scenes reel for a shot, actually 2 shots. So there's my Revenge of the Fifth shot 1 that I did. And this is with my 32mm lens. But and then it breaks into my shot 2, and we'll look at the individual shots here in a minute. The real, which I shot it the wrong way there, so that was fun. We fixed it.
No, I'm not going to critique it. I'm going to basically just praise it because this shot I fell in love with, bro. Where you have the whole atmosphere set up, like he's on Tatooine, ready to go.
Yeah, I had him. I wanted to try to get the reason why I did this shot. Actually, we'll go to the actual shot. The reason why I did this shot the way I did is actually my initial plan was to try and make it a manner which I didn't have the troopers there at all, but I wanted to have him slashing the camera, like actually bringing the slash through the camera and having the burn effect go through the shot. But I realized my Photoshop foo was not strong enough. And I was like, well, let's start putting stuff in the shot here.
Hold up, Mario. I'm not as old as you, grumpy old men. All right.
Yeah, Mario, you tell him, man. Mayor McCheese, represent.
Mayor McCheese. I remember him only because I was a little bit kid. I'm like, yo, who's the one with the burger head? And
well, there's another one with burger head. There's Hamburglar as well, but Mayor McCheese was the mayor.
Hold on.
So, yeah, your audio, it's just because you keep dropping in and out a little bit. It's all good.
How about now?
I don't know. That was not enough to do a full test.
That wasn't enough to do a full test when I'm speaking.
You sounded okay, man. You sounded okay.
Yeah, that's because I have the phone on voice isolation. So changed it.
But anyway, in this shot here, I'd have to go back and do the behind the scenes a bit, but it's a pretty straightforward shot. There's not a lot going on here. The real one though that I wanted to talk to Lou about was this one, because we were just talking.
That's the one.
We were just talking the night before I shot this thing, May the 4th or no, the 2nd, whatever day Tuesday was. We were just talking about getting that light behind, because you were doing a pose with somebody, and I was like, you got to get that light behind them like that. And there it is, right there.
Yeah, this right here makes sense though, because one, if I'm having Ronin coming in from a dark place where he's coming from the shadows to attack, you won't see nothing behind him because he's hidden. That's the whole thing. He is deliberately in Tatooine, coming off his speeder bike, having the sun on his back, just like a true warrior in a duel would do, have the light on his back so his enemies are blinded by it and then gets crossed off.
Yeah.
This makes sense. But to do it with like bricks and shadows and having, the shot that I want to replicate of him coming out of the shadows doesn't really need the light. I just needed the shine effect on the blade. And the blade will be the only thing you'll see that actually reflects light, meaning he's hiding in the dark. So
actually, the blade is the one thing I have a problem with this shot. I worked too hard to try to get some red because I think I should have left it the way it was initially, which was more of an orange, because the sunlight's going through it. It's going to dilute the red, and I should have left it that more orange, but it almost looked gold. And so I actually oversaturated to get that red, and then I got these hard lines out of it, which I'm not happy about. Because I think the lightsaber looks so much better in this one. It's got the softer, glow around it.
I see what you're saying, but I think it's still a great shot.
Yeah, and yes, Dokinator, that is the classic Predator base without the extra crap on it. I like to use that skull. I used it in a Boba Fett shot as well, but it's on my old account. I have to repost that. But
I never got that diorama base. I'm mad I missed it.
You buy a classic Predator, you can still get it.
Huh?
If you buy a classic Predator, you can still get it. Hot Toys Classic Predator.
The what? The T-Rex skull?
Yeah. I mean, he's out of print, but he's not the most expensive Predator either. So.
No. That's not this. Okay. That's the Hot Toys skull. I'm thinking it was the NECA one. The NECA one with the big head. Oh man.
No, that's the base for the classic Predator figure. It has this other piece of like skin on bone thing that's over here to the side, but I take that off because it's just a little cumbersome and it's annoying, so it's just in the box. This pose though was actually, inspired by the movie because he does this in the movie, but also B, Terry Smith, he did this pose and a pose war kind of thing, I think, with somebody. It was a video I watched a couple years back with this figure. He was doing a pose similar to this, and it worked out. I was pretty happy with it. He's precariously balanced though, even though he's on a flight stand. Because the flight stand actually only comes up to like right around here on him, because it's plugged in over down here, so it's gonna wrap around and go here, and so yeah, I had it around his leg and not his waist. So I'm like, hold. I was like Maximus Decimus Meridius from Gladiator. Hold. Hold. All right. Anyway, bad jokes, fun times. So that's all I got for this week. But again, there's the behind the scenes for the jumping shot, and then it's going to cut over to the other one because I did them both as one reel because they're both posted the same day. And the very beginning of it though is in the wrong. I had to twist it, but it's you get the point. I didn't realize until after the fact, so it's turned the wrong way there. And then I go, whoop, let's fix that. So now we're back to vertical. And there's the shot. There's the haze machine in the action. But yeah, that's the actual shot. Somebody messaged me. Luminara. Oh, she liked my comment. Okay. Yeah, I was. She just got her 101 Deluxe hot toy, and mine still says preparing to ship. They've billed me, but it's still.
Well, I'll tell you this much. If you want to recreate that slash effect and not go through Photoshop, a clear plastic sheet that you can get from any clamshell, a little bit of paint, right?
Yeah. And burn it.
Paint,
yeah.
A little bit of paint and a little bit of ingenuity, like you said, burning it.
Yeah.
That'll be another thing to do, and just take your time doing it. Plus, it's chemical, so you want to do that outside. You want to breathe that stuff in, and then.
Oh, I love the smell of that stuff, though, man.
Yeah. You put it close to the lens, right? And just your depth of field like you've been doing before, and you can get that slash effect that you want.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much sense would that make of him slashing, being that we see the burnt edges, is like if we're inside the camera looking through a glass lens, that's the kind of effect you want.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore, but I'll look into that method and maybe it will pull off, and then you'll see what I was talking about. Maybe we'll get it. But that sounds like it could work, but I guess the way I was trying to do it is just to make it look like wherever the camera was, it was a person getting slashed, but yet it's dragged all the way along. So you will see a slash all the way across the camera frame. And then of course the lightsaber is at the end of that, like still in the whatever it's cutting. So that was what I was going to. Well, I thought you broke something. Let's take a look at the Invader Maz hashtag today.
All right.
All right. So let's see what we got. I know Uncommon Flex put some. Oh wow. Now, of course, I'm gonna make a jab at Lyell real quick and know that you have to go down to most recent and not your top post. But there was some crazy stuff in there, man. I kind of want to go. I know I've seen this one. That's crazy. But we're going to skip mine and we'll go straight to AO.Z's Dark Knight Returns on the horse. I so need a 1/6 scale horse for my Dark Knight Returns figure. If you guys want to participate in this, though, make sure you hashtag Invader Maz, and I'll refresh this before we finish today. But this is really great. I like it. I don't know if it's because I'm looking at it on this monitor or not, but I just feel that the background needs to be a little bit lighter. Not necessarily. What's up, OG fan? Not necessarily a rim light on him, because I mean he's fairly bright, but I also feel like he's kind of fading into the background. I don't know if that's what you want him to do. So
less rim lighting, you saying? Less rim light, not more?
Well, I mean, a rim light wouldn't hurt, but it's not necessarily the answer. Just maybe just something to bring him out of the background. So what I would have done in my beginning days is I would have vaped and made some haze or fog behind him so that there's a depth to it and it doesn't look like he's just, on top of a black something. An OG fan, what Hot Toys preparing to ship my deluxe Wonder Woman is in that preparing to ship spot, the golden armor, which I bought after seeing so many awesome shots of her. It wasn't planned, but otherwise I like this shot. I just feel that we need to bring him out of there, like add the dimension to the shot somehow, just bring him out of that background a little bit, because it looks kind of flat. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to remove the flatness, specifically with Batman, stop using black backdrops and use navy blue backdrops. You can get the look that you're looking for even with a navy blue backdrop, because it's a color contrast enough where you can actually see everything and still have everything as dark as you want it.
Yeah. And then going back to OG fan who says, wait, golden armor Wonder Woman but no classic suit Spider-Man.
Classic suit Spider-Man is coming in June.
Yeah, I mean, I got time on him, and it's probably something I will try to go back and get, maybe with some birthday money or something. But as of right now, I went with Wonder Woman because, yeah, she just looked too damn awesome. So,
yeah, I'm going to be happy when my Spider-Man comes in. But here's the thing: Wonder Woman came out before Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and this is why she's shipping from Sideshow. So they're just meeting their requirements, if you will. This
one's probably familiar to you. This was in Figure Flex Friday, Figure Flex Wars last week. Mansell 472. This is a great Kylo Ren shot. In fact, I there's nothing I could really say is wrong with this shot. There's a couple of critiques of what I would look into, but what do you got to say about it, Lou? I mean, I know you said a lot of
it's dope. You know what I mean? Like it you know who it is out the gate. This looks like something that you'll have on a poster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that's catching my eye about this, and the only thing that's, again, there's nothing wrong with it. This is an awesome shot. I love it. But it looks like you used a dissolve filter on the blade to maybe give it that texture, that kind of burny texture that it has. I don't know if that was intentional, but that dissolve filter just is kind of pulling at me a little bit. Okay. Harold, you added a picture. All right. I'll have to remember to check that out. But other than that, this is great. I mean, and if you need a dissolve filter to do that's awesome too. I mean, it gives it the texture, almost like the burning texture that you want. It just, I don't know. I'm just seeing those dissolve dots, and that's good. just bothering me because I'm OCD like that. I'm crazy like that. And also, just to be technical, depending on, it really depends on what's going on out of the shot. But as far as lighting in the shot, the way the shot looks, the light on the red, the red on his head is a little too far forward. But there could be a reflective ceiling that I don't see, and that could just be something out of the shot dictating that light. So we'll move past that. So the only thing that's really pressing or bothering me is the choice to use a dissolve blend mode, because it looks very pixely. But it does look like it's in perspective. It is in the right perspective. It does have that blur to it, so it looks like it should be behind him and not in front of him, which is awesome. I really dig this shot. This is a great shot. I mean, at a glance, I love it. When I start analyzing it is when I see that dissolve, and it bothers me. So it's doing what it needs to do. And I love that you put the camera settings in here. 50 millimeter lens, 7.1 aperture, ISO 125. You get your shutter open for 3 seconds. That's awesome. That's awesome. I want more people to do that, because that's how we learn from each other. I do that as many times as I can. Whenever I post, I try to make sure to put in my camera settings so that people can see what I'm doing. Even if I don't do a BTS, they can see kind of how I got there. Dude, R3 Toys. We're gonna have R3 Toys on the show. He's got to make sure that he can come on. I think he's got some kind of NDA or something where he's got to worry about with his work or something about being on the internet. But if you can't get him on here, we're gonna at least get like a behind the scenes or something to see more about how this process was. But he's got to check with his boss. To be a couple weeks, but he's very interested. Or it could be a she. I didn't ask if it was a he or she. But this is awesome. I love this shot.
Perfect. Go to the second shot.
No, I know. I've seen the second shot. We're gonna get to it. I love, before we get to that though, I love how they play with the lighting on this, and just the lighting on this is on point. I mean, just it's so awesome, and the contrast is just on point. I love it. And then of course the second shot, which Lou loves, and I don't hate it, but I like the first shot more personally. This is me though. Yeah, here's the second shot.
This is not bland. This is awesome. Let me stop.
Yeah, but I see it with a critical eye, and that's what bothers me about it. Okay. Yoda looks great. The special effects are what are pulling me out of it though, because like this lightsaber, even though I'm not the best at it, I mess up occasionally too, and it bothers me. I mean, my own lightsaber that I talked about earlier bothered me, whereas this one's doing the same thing. You can see the discoloration from the blend choice he's used here, and it pulls it out as, obviously a Photoshop effect. And that, like I said, it's just one of the things that bothers me. The picture itself is great. Yoda looks great. And then when you look at this special effect, it doesn't look like it has any depth to it. It just looks like it's put on top of his hand. And that's hard to do. It's hard to put in that depth. So, it looks great at a glance, but this is the one that I think holds up once you look further into it. If that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't make sense, Maz. You're out of your mind, man. You're more crazier than me, and I'm the one with the name Loco. Get out of here.
Blackbird Tech, what's up?
What up, Blackbird? Dude, they both are amazing shots.
They're both great shots, Lou, but this is the one that holds up when you stare at it. When you're like, I love it, I want to stare at it. Whereas when I stare at this one, I start seeing these problems, and it bothers me. That's all.
Oh no, man. Well, this is the thing, Maz. Your eyes are a problem. You're fixated on the wrong thing, bro. Man, stop.
My eyes start looking at the whole picture, and then they start looking at individual pieces of things, and that's where I start seeing little problems. I do the same thing with my own stuff.
This is the same issue with you trying to critique my pose, and you can't pose better than me, and we know this. So, nah, I'm joking. Here we go.
R3, I love you. I can't wait to have you on the show. We're going to talk about how you did this. That's for damn sure.
Bro, moving on. The painting, it looks like an oil painting though.
It looks like it looks like he painted like layer by layer of the different lighting and stuff. So I really like to see how he did there. And let me refresh this because I've had some people add to it. I want to make sure it gets in there. There's another R3 shot there, and of course we saw this one on Figure Flex as well. So he just went and posted this one. This is another great shot. Actually, wait, no, we're in the top post. We went over that last week. What am I doing? Dokinator. Oh, there's that background diorama right there, man.
Yep. Perfect.
And He took the time to set up all the lights too.
Yeah, he doesn't change them.
This is your Hot Toys Classic Predator. This is a great Predator. If you want a jungle hunter, this is the Predator to get. Although he's not a jungle hunter, he's the classic from the movie Predators. This is the one you want because the old one is poo, comparatively speaking.
Does this one come with both face shells, the broken one and the regular one?
Yes. He comes with 2 head sculpt or two masks. But this isn't your Predator 1 mask either. It's close. But there's differences. So, I have a custom one of mine, but
it's missing like the dent in the middle of the forehead, right?
Well, it's not just the dent; it's just the shaping is a little bit different. This is more of an up-to-date shaping. It's just more, more blah blah blah, whatever. As far as the picture goes, man, I'm really digging it. You obviously got your purple cast off from this, so that's great. I don't know if you add any extra light there to make that work, but it's awesome. I love. He's using this is the onboard light for the arms. So that's what's lit up this piece here, which is also casting this awesome light on his face. I love that. And then, of course, you got a little bit of rim lighting from the red/orange light back here. So I would think also Dokinator is using just a steady white light here towards the front. Not a harsh one, but a very weak, low-level white light just to kind of round out like some details. At least that's what I would do to get this more... what's the word I'm looking for? Just that more cohesive look, so it's not just a rainbow of colors on them. But yeah, this is a great shot.
Just a comment on the purple lighting. To get that effect, it's to be like really close to the diorama to get that light effect. Like close enough where it's like the wall is not far away from it. It's damn near close.
So you think he's got an extra purple light here on this side to help cast more purple?
That's the light.
Okay. All right.
That's how bright the light is. The light it's enough to push out, but to get that nice cohesive shading of purple, it has to be literally like next to it. He angled it in such a way where it's not consuming the entire half of him. It's just giving him enough of a silhouette, if you will.
The only thing that this shot needs, in my opinion, and again, it's a great shot. It can stand on its own, but a little bit of depth to it. So maybe some haze. Not a whole lot, just enough to kind of create that depth to it. Does that make any sense to you, Lou?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. Because being that you're a vapor and
it comes naturally to me. It's almost like breathing. Oh wait, it is
like breathing, bro. Like if it's not haze or fog, man, you don't know what it is, man. It has to have something.
But like this, this is creating the depth. That haze in there is help creating the depth. So, it just helps add to the whole thing. Like this here again. This is Rip Tan. We're going to talk about this here in a minute, but that haze just help creating that depth. What's going on, Funky Cold Santa? Let me go back to where were we? Oh my God, where'd we go? Whose shot were we just looking at? Where did it all go? My brain went out the window. What were we just looking at, Lou? Where's the shot? I literally forgot what the hell picture we were looking at. Somebody quick rewind it and tell me. Oh, there we go. Oh my God. Oh, what's going on, Funky Cold Santa? Dokinator. I mean, I don't know. There's several different ways you can bring that haze to it, man. But that's the only thing I'd add. And it doesn't need the thick haze. Just the slightest bit, just to kind of add some texture to the room, because right now. Well, no, just right now, it just the lighting is great. I love the lighting on it, but the whole scene just looks too sterile. That's how you want to describe it. It just looks too. Yeah, that would be the best term, I think. It just looks too sterile, like too unrealistic. Or if you put a little bit of haze in there, that's going to add to your cinematic realism of the shot, if that's what you want to go for. So, but yeah, let's move on. Well, here's a good example too. Like if I take the haze out of the shot, it would be a whole different shot. But there's haze all in this room just to add that depth to that shot. This is the repost that I did today, by the way, guys, on my Instagram. So it's a great piece. I love this figure, and I had to put it back up. Let's move on to Rippic Tan. Hell yeah, dude. Look at this Mace Windu. Look at this Mace Windu. Something bleeped. I hate this. I don't know what bleeps. Oh, I gotta check some chat. Hold on. What? All right, we're getting to you, buddy. We're getting to you. Where was it? Oh yeah. So Mace Windu. Again, you got that haze, which we were just talking about. It just adds that kind of depth to it. It's not really. It even helps as a background. Like over here. Obviously, you don't have any of your diorama pieces. You got your diorama pieces here for the mountain range, but nothing on this side. One way to answer, to fix that problem, is to throw some haze in it. Throw that fog, that cloud in it, and that helps eliminate it. Let's see what's on this next piece. Yeah.
This is just Maz's opinion. You don't have to do it that way.
No, all of this is my opinion, Lou. I should hope everybody knows this by now.
Less is more. Sometimes you don't need fog and haze and everything, but it does break up the look of it and kind of.
Look at that! Look at that, dude.
Yeah. See
that diorama, dude.
You don't need nothing. Don't listen to Maz.
Can I have that diorama? Can I have that diorama? I want it. I has to have it. Dude, this is awesome. I love that Rippic Tan put up the behind the scenes here. This is awesome. Dude, look at that diorama. Jeez. Wow. I'd like to know what lens he's shooting with, though. It looks like it's a tighter lens because you don't see that other wall at all. And you don't see any of these droids, really, do you? Let me go back. You see part of a droid. That's it. And I guess, yeah, okay, the out of focus droid here. So he's using a pretty tight lens here, probably 50 or 90 millimeters, somewhere around there, depending on the camera. Something as a macro to give him that tight shot. But this is on point, guys. I love this. This is great. The lighting is great. You could possibly bring his face out a little bit more here on one side, but it's just a choice, really. F6.3, 1 second, ISO 100. So, yeah, this is a great shot. I love it.
Yeah, I gotta start understanding this camera jargon so that way I can know what's what.
Well, your F is your aperture. Your f-stop is the aperture you're setting it to. So, what I say, 6.3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, f6.3. So that's how open his lens is, how open the shutter is. And then, that 1 second shutter or whatever, that's how long that shutter is going to be open. So even though the shutter might not be open as wide as like a 1.4, which is, the smaller the number, the wider the shutter is. So even though it might not be open that wide, the fact that it's open longer, it lets more light in. So the whole thing is about letting light in. All right. And then your ISO is like a digital way in order to compensate light. So a 100 is your base ISO. That's as low as it goes. Which means you're not really utilizing that feature. But once you start moving past that, it also helps augment the light. It basically is like how your camera phone, adds more light to it. You don't have to tell it to. It just kind of adds more light to the shot. If it's dark in that room, it's trying to. And that's why you get a whole bunch of those grainy pixels. Have you seen your phone ever do that in a dark shot? That's the ISO, and that's what the ISO would do if you put it up too high on your camera. It'll do that same thing. It's going to bring you all that grain, which is just a mess. You can't get rid of it. So you always want to try to keep your ISO as low as possible. It's not always going to happen, but the lower you can keep it, the better. And depending on the camera, it can handle it better than other cameras. So like my Jason shot that's coming up this week, that ISO was 1600. It's not where I wanted to be, but I was trying a whole new technique. I was actually trying. I'm going to go ahead and explain to you what I was trying, but I have him standing on the pier, right? And he's standing over looking over the pier down at the water. And what I did is down there at the front of the pier is I have a clear tray with water in it. And I shined a light through the bottom of it, and then I swirled it to try to go for that water reflection light effect on him. It didn't quite turn out right. It looked more like I'm shining a light up at him. But hey, I'm practicing. I'm learning. But the reason why I had the ISO up so high is because if I started bleeding out with other lights in there, then I'm losing those effects. So that's why I pumped
like a pool effect like you get in the films.
Yeah. But since it's not video, if it was video, it would have captured it fine. But since it's a static shot, it's not really capturing it. I mean, I could show it. I guess I can show it to you guys.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though. Like, how big is the space that you're using for your 6 scale?
Well, it's a tabletop, so it's a 4 foot by 6 foot table.
Ooh, that's a nice big table.
Well, it's 2 tables put together, so it's from IKEA. I got 2 of those black tabletops, the 6 foot long ones, and I put them back to back and made them into one bigger table. Nice. This is a shot that I was telling you about, the Jason shot. So all that light coming from down below, and I recorded the video behind the scenes, but I don't have it on the computer yet. It's on my phone still. All that light is coming up through reflected, water. Like I've swirled around the water, and it's a static shot, so it looks like I just have light coming straight up at him from the ground. But yeah, this is gonna be the Friday the 13th shot. But,
the only Friday the 13th out of the year.
Yeah, apparently.
You literally checked the entire year.
I checked the calendar. There's no more coming. That's for sure. I don't think there was any earlier in the year. So yeah, I think it was the only one this year. Which is weird because I didn't even think about that until I was about to post it. I was like, when is the next Friday the 13th? Just because I know my luck. I would have posted it today, and then of course Friday the 13th would have popped up on Friday, and I've been like, damn it.
You want to see a little hack?
Thank you, single songwriter. What you got?
Since I couldn't find a way for me to make trees, I bought one.
You bought one from the pet store?
Yep.
How much did that set you back? Like $70? Because that looks like a big one.
20.
Wow. What pet store was that? Because I have not seen one that awesome for $20.
Petland.
Oh, I don't have a Petland.
Petland is a common pet store in New York, which I think this is like an old piece. I forgot I had it. It was in the box. So
it's probably not being made anymore or any of that shit. That's sad.
Oh no. So got that. You can even see it next to Mando.
Dude, that's awesome, dude. I'm pissed because like I've been at PetSmart and Petco recently, and all their stuff like that is like anything that's worth a shit is like $70. I'm like, I can't really afford that. Uncommon Flex, man, we didn't get to your stuff yet, dude. Now you're gonna make me look for his stuff real quick. Let me find it.
Yeah, so don't listen to Maz. Don't even listen to me. Listen to the nice sounds of StreamYard music.
There we go. Here's Uncommon Flex, man. Here's Uncommon Flex. Let's get to this, man. Let's get to this. This is one he sent me. He did not tag Invader Maz though, but this is his K2SO, I think, Black Series, which is pretty cool. This looks like it's in front of a monitor, which is fine. It's actually harder to tell than you would think, so that's pretty good. This is a pretty good handle of the light from the monitor and everything. It's not too displaced. It's looking like when you shoot in front of a monitor like that, it can really just look awkward, like the lighting's just not matching up. And it's not matching up 100%, but it's not so far out there where you're like really thrown off by it.
What would you recommend for this? A white light overhead?
I haven't nailed that whole aspect of shooting in front of a monitor, man. That would be a question for Harry, but he ditched us today because for something called work. I don't know, some BS excuse about work.
I told you, man. Like he works for the Mouse, man, and Warner Brothers, so he be cheating. That's why his shots look the way it is. He just screen grabs whatever he gets from work and just puts it. Said, yeah.
But yeah, there needs to be a little bit more light somewhere. I can't quite put my hand on. If I could put my hand on it, I could do this shot myself, and that would be great because then I could get a monitor and do that. I since thrown out my monitor though because my monitor that I used to shoot in front of the couple of times I did was broken anyway, and it was just I got tired of tripping over it.
You said I got tired of tripping over it.
Well, I mean, it was on the floor next to my desk, and I'm walking around playing with lights and stuff, and I'm like, damn it. Ooh, single songwriter with the answers. Bring the monitor outside with the figure for a more natural lighting effect on the droid. But see, my monitor, the one that I had, would have had a glare from the light outside because it's one of those really bad, like really glary type TV screens. So, but no, if you can eliminate the glare, then yeah, that would work. And that's the biggest problem though, playing with these monitors is the glare, trying to get that lighting to work. But yeah, you do need a softer light on this outside. Probably what you would want is a bounce card to bounce more light at the figure from the other side. I mean, his side, in front of the monitor is fine, but the side facing us looks like he's standing in some kind of shadow or something that's just not working with the rest of the scene. It's also not the right color. Like the colors on the monitor are not the quite right colors for the lighting you're using on the shot. So that's another hard thing to kind of line up when you're shooting with the monitor this close. And again, it's something I haven't quite nailed yet. So not the best person to ask, but I can tell you that's, a little off.
He said it.
But one of the things you can do to address it though, once you've gotten your light set up properly, like everything's lit up so the lighting works, is you put a filtered layer above all of it, and it kind of helps squish the colors. But that's a rudimentary way to do it, and there's more to it than that if you want to do it right. And I'm not that great at compositing to really tell you. Single songwriter then says, I want to create a 1/6 volume with curved LED monitors like the actual volume they use for man. Yeah, dude, that would be awesome. Dude, I'd be so in love with that. And then just build little props to go inside that with your fingers. That'd be awesome.
You know how expensive it will be?
Yeah, it'd be really expensive.
You might as well take the whole garage and make it into a volume.
Hey, why not? There we go. All right. So let's see, where were we at? We did that one. AL.Z with the Stormtrooper. We're not doing Batman this time, dude. Look at this. What do you think, Lou?
Zoom in. Figured out how to zoom in. So, yeah, dude. I like it. I like how the sun is like up there, but also kind of like giving us that glare shine, like that's going right across the monitor, like it's bouncing off either the rifle or his armor. Like he got the shiny, and it's just giving you that nice.
He's got a nice lens flare there. Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That's what it's called. See, I'm still learning. Lens flare. So it looks good. You see the details of the figure. You also get a nice little backdrop in the back, which I know that's got to be composite. CGI'd,
yeah, it's a shot on the monitor somewhere. Yeah.
So, but it looks good. It's put together very, very well. I have no complaints on this. There's nothing I can say negative.
Shot wise, this shot is great. This is not suffering the same issues as the K2SO shot with the light. I think the light's there, but the color grade is off. This is slightly off, but the Trooper looks like he's in a different color grade than your stuff in the backgrounds. And one of the ways, again, I'm not the best at this, but I know one of the ways to squash this is you need to go play in the channels in Photoshop and turn the whole image to black and white and play the channels and match up the darks through the lighter colors and not the colors themselves. And then there's tons of YouTube's videos on it. And I think the reason why I've never learned how to do it is I don't like to download their image and practice with their stuff. I like to practice on my stuff. And that means I'm not clicking in the same places and I don't get the same results. And I get mad. It's my problems, I know. But yeah, right here, I mean, it's just a color grading issue. The light itself is fine, but the blacks are not lining up with the blacks in the shot. And I know these are distant blacks, but the black is still the wrong tone to line up properly. It looks like he's, just positioned into the shot as he is. So you're gonna have to play with color grading. That's what I'm saying. H screen, of course. I don't know if we looked at this shot last week. I know Figure Flex looked at it. I think we did too.
Oh yeah, we did. We saw this on Figure Flex, and
but I think we looked at it last Tuesday as well. I think
a couple of people who have this exact shot with the same pose.
This is H green, man.
I know this is H green, but I'm saying that there's a few people who did this shot.
Yeah.
So
well, this shot is perfection. This shot is technically, light wise and everything is perfection. The only thing that I nitpick on this shot is a pose thing, and that's just that his cape is touching his lightsaber and would set on fire. That's my only problem with this shot.
I would disagree that. Remember what happened when Darth Vader swung his lightsaber at Obi, and basically his lightsaber did not burn through his cape. His cape his cloak just sank to the floor. Didn't burn it whatsoever.
Yeah, but that was in the 1970s, and they didn't really obey the laws of physics properly.
It's a 1970 shot. That's what we're gonna go with. It's perfect.
All right. If you're gonna say the cloak doesn't catch on fire, then that's fine. But that again, H Green is nailing this. This is awesome lighting. He's got the great red here is all over the place. I love it. It's hitting all the right notes. I love this shot. But yeah, just my nitpicky about that cloak being right there on top of the blade.
I would agree with you. But I recently rewatched a lot of the Star Wars films. And I'm like, that don't make sense. He got away with it.
Now look at Michael Mansell here, man. Now this is awesome. Michael Mansell 94 is Finn. You give him Finn some love because he's the character that got robbed the most out of the sequel trilogy. And I love this shot too. This is a great technical shot. As you see there, they didn't even Photoshop the lightsaber, or at least they did, but they didn't do it the way everybody else does it. They didn't add anything. They just kind of tried to add a glow around it. If you guys are trying to, because I don't know if you're trying to do a lightsaber or not. If you're trying to do a lightsaber and you have Photoshop, what you're going to want to do here is you're going to make a new layer. You're going to grab the paint tool and you're going to make a white line. You can hold down the shift key and it'll draw a straight line, or you hold down the shift key and you click once here, and then you click once up at you click once at the top, and it's going to draw the straight line from point to point with Photoshop. Just holding down shift while you do that. So you're going to draw that straight line, and then you're going to put your blue effects on there with like a color dodge or a burn, I forget. And each time you draw that blue, it's going to be a wider and wider brush. You're going to do it several different strokes, and different opacities for each stroke. The closest one to the blade is going to be your higher opacity, and as you go out, the opacity gets smaller and smaller. So that's the way I've done it, but that's not the only way. Other than that, though, yeah, this shot, the lighting on it is on point for the rest of it. I love it. Lou, what do you have to say about it?
We saw this on Figure Flex, and this was awesome. I really, really, really like this shot. Being that it's about the figure being shot and adding a little bit. Some people just add a lot, and it looks more like we saw before, the oil painting or composite. Like, you can even go black and white on this, and the way you have it set up as far as lighting, it's just perfect. You can't really tell that this is a figure.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's really, really, really good. So and also it looks like he has something in the front that's kind of like blurred in.
Like it's a foreground, which is great. A lot of photographers don't mess with that at all, that foreground element. Which is great if you play around with that. It actually adds a little bit more interest to the shot instead of just doing a straight, almost like a product shot. You want to add more to it, like that shot I did the other week on Figure Flex that Lou liked to mine so much, is because you're seeing the scene through the fence.
Yep.
And that's in the foreground. You got to look through the fence to see the scene, and that just adds a whole other technicality to the shot.
Yep.
In fact, I'll go click on that one real quick if it's still here. Oh, I won't be able to see it, will I? Because they've blocked my account now.
Well, no, you can go to hashtag FigureFlex Friday and find it.
No, I can't see anything from that account now. From Maz's Toy Box, I can't see anything. It's from that account. I haven't reposted it yet. I guess I can go from this way. Doo-doo, ha-ha, I can escape, you're blocking me. Ha-ha-ha. There it is. Boom. So, foreground element, through the fence, and then, the scene. So it's really cool. I like how it plays with the effects of it. Doesn't always work. Don't try to force this, of course. The whole foreground element thing. It doesn't always work, but it is cool when you can make it work. So let's see, where were we at here? Let me refresh again, make sure we're getting everybody. I think H Green said he posted something older that I need to go look for. Did it refresh? There it goes. All right, let's see. It's Quanar 52, man. He's done some cool little, what's his name? Darth Vader and Stormtrooper. And he's got, this other angle here. It's really a matter of what angle you like. What do you think, Lou? What are your thoughts? What can we do to help Quanar help?
That line in the back takes me away, and if he would have had more like light in the back wall to kind of like give it that nice accent of the silhouette, it would look better in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you entirely. They give that white wall a bit more oomph to it, because everything in the Star Wars universe, especially if the Empire is concerned, is very sterile. If they were on an Empire ship, or even like when they boarded the Leia's ship there at the beginning of A New Hope, that whole ship, other than the scorching from the shots, was all very white, very clinical. Whereas this is a kind of a dirtier white, and that's going to be a huge part of it right there.
Yeah, when you think of Star Wars Empire, think of everything like super duper clean. There's no dust whatsoever until you get to like the thrusters area and the loading docks. And even some of those loading docks are crispy clean.
Yeah. And then, of course, I assume you don't have the extra lighting to light up his lightsaber. That's fine. You don't have to.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like
but that would have been a light source that Vader, I think, needed to just kind of bring this side into a bit more clarity. Because with the cloak going over his shoulder and the fact that it's like a felty material, it's just absorbing any light here. So it's not really giving any real texture on this side of him. And I kind of cut you off there, Lou. I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, man. Like, it's not a bad shot, but it could use some work.
Yeah, it's obviously a good starting point. So, Quanar, man, if you have any questions or something sometime, just hit me up, man. We'll help you out as much as you can.
Yeah, right.
See, this is where he's getting confusing. I don't know what we clicked on for Figure Flex Friday and for Tuesday, or did we go over this Tuesday?
Yes,
I think we did. Yeah, because all right.
Yes, we did, because you said that's the only photo that your wife has as a monitor.
And that's the only one I've done outside too.
And it's the first whatchamacallit, what do they call it? An outdoor shot. Your first outdoor shot.
Yeah. And then I used my vapor cigarette thingy to make this kind of a haze back here to give it more of a. I changed the time of the day basically with this. I do want to go touch on this real quick. So I put a piece of board, I guess, just something to give him some shade over the very front of his face here on this side. I left it so the back of his head got hit with the sunlight, because this is almost noon I'm shooting, which you typically don't want to shoot around that time because the sun is very hard to work with. And then what I did also is, of course, I used the vape just to kind of give it more of that morning feel than just whatever, time of the day, just to help the storytelling a little bit. Because in the morning, you got a lot of that, the dew is getting cooked off your the ground, and it, kind of gives it a little haze effect. Yeah, that's why you can catch light rays so easily in the morning with your regular sunlight and stuff. So, yeah, but other than that, outdoors, my hands were full. Otherwise, I would have shot the behind the scenes on this one. But yeah, I love that figure. It's a great figure. Did we talk about Zack Snyder last week?
Yeah, did we?
I don't know. Anyway, this is AO.Z. He's doing the Zack Snyder Justice League Mobile pose here, which is actually a pretty clean pose. I like it. This area back here is a bit too. You're getting lost in this, and you need something going on back here. Either some texture from, like I said, the haze that this gave me as I started out was really great at building something in the background, just something other than just flat, nothing. So Lou, what are you doing? It looks like you're proud of something and you want me to look at this.
No, because I was like, oh, what I'm doing is this.
Look at this hippie with his tree, man.
Hey, bro, I love my trees. Okay, shh. Don't tell nobody. If I can get this camera to go, there you go. Front and back. I'm just messing with the little posing. Boba Fett talking to Mando, Mando looking at Grogu.
All right, yeah, they're having a little sit down and talk. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. Rock on.
I just
and then somebody's gonna go wash themselves in the sink.
Yeah, that's true. But like what I do is I focus more on the pose than I do with anything else. Like the pose has to sell it.
Well, your next focus should be the lighting. That'd be the next thing. But with the camera phone, that is like your weakest. Like you have the littlest control over how the camera itself on the phone handles that lighting. So yeah, you can build your scene, but then the phone, depending on what mode you're shooting in, will just over brighten everything just because it's a camera phone, and that's why I don't shoot.
Unless I go back and I put it under contrast, if I keep putting the like if I go through the settings on the whatchamacallit, either Facebook or Instagram, and I'll change the contrast to make it look darker, it might change it.
Well, that's why we're doing the Get Lou a camera fundraising event right now. So everybody, if anybody want to super chat, Get Lou a camera, we'll start putting that aside for Lou to get a camera, and he'll just get one of these cameras, the same thing I'm using right now, because I can at least support him with this. I know how to help him with that. Actually, though, you could talk to Anthony. He might be in the market to get rid of his. I know he doesn't feel like it does what you need to do. So
we shall see.
Yeah.
I'm just...
but as far as the Zack Snyder from AO.Z, the only thing this shot really I think needs is just something to help lift up this black here. This black all back here is just very.
It needs something black. Else back there just to pop.
And again, vapor or smoke or whatever, that kind of effect that would help just separate that background, just add a little depth to it instead of just having that black. So it's pretty cool. Oh, you said you posted something that might. Oh, there we go. There we go. H Green, dude, look at this.
Yeah.
I gotta hit that like button right now, man. Look at this H Green, dude. And he's got a little bit of foreground elements. You can see he's got this blade of grass here or something, because you can see that on this hose, it's getting dulled out by that. So this is a great use of that foreground element. So what happens if you have something too close to the camera, it almost just gets blurred out naturally, because it's just like when you have your eye and you get something too close to your eye. That's probably not the best, but you get something too close to your eye, it just it gets really blurry. You can't really see it, and it's almost to the point where you can kind of ignore it, depending on how big it is. That's probably too big for that example, but maybe like this queen here. This is a small little queen. If I put her close to my eye, she'll blur out. Let's see. Now,
just put her on top of your head, and then you have a full head of xenomorph hair. Yeah.
She's gonna fall, is what she's gonna do. Oh shit!
Take your time. But H Green, another one out of the park, bro. I think you should be taking shots for Hot Toys for these outdoor scenes, because
this is Black Series, but yeah.
Oh, this is Black Series?
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, I wouldn't have noticed. Let me zoom in. Hold on. It is Black Series. Hold up. Okay. Now I can tell the difference.
But I can see where you get confused. It almost looks like a Hot Toy, man. It looks pretty awesome here.
Here's the thing. I'm seeing it from a small monitor, and I'm nearsighted, so I would have to zoom this out so I can see it bigger. I saw the little peg. So the little in crevice for the peg. So I'm like, oh, it is a Black Series.
Dude, this is a great looking shot, though. I love the lighting on this shot. H Green, the only thing I would even want to maybe try to do on this shot is get this other trooper a little bit more in focus, but that could totally mess up the focus of all the other stuff that's perfectly done. So I mean, obviously we're soloing this one out. This is the trooper we're looking at, but I would like to have gotten a little bit more depth so you could see a little bit more definition of this trooper. You're almost losing the definition of him entirely, which, you know, but it's all subjective, so not necessary. Great shot though. Here's some well, everything's moved. I had another cool shot. I think it was when we had yeah, it was just a top shot when we had what's his name in here? Shoot. Yeah, 1/6 shooter. Yeah, that's right. That's what was up there.
Damn.
That's 1/6 shooter. This is Trevor stuff. You've been in here with Trevor? He's been on here a couple times.
I've been here with Trevor. Yeah.
Dude, he's just awesome.
Yeah, 1/6 shooter is awesome, dude. Like, dude, like, I don't know what these figures are, but they're awesome, bro.
He went over it in the video. You have to look for the video, but he went over these figures.
These are 6 scale too.
Are they?
Yeah, you could tell by the leather on the leg. Like, that has the actual thread in it. It has the little divots where the thread goes through. You can't get that with a 6-inch. And then you got the hair. It looks
Oh, it says Fantastic Works is the figures. Figures here are Fantastic Works of art from Dogma Snow.
Yep, and it's 1/6 scale because he hashtag 1/6 scale.
Yeah, 1/6 scale model making. Yeah, okay. Yeah, rock on. Yeah.
That's
hell fire, yeah, man. Dude. Hell yeah. Dude.
Like, look at Thor. If you go with
are we on my hashtag? What is all this stuff?
Scroll down.
Ooh. Dude, look at this. I didn't like that one yet either. Wait, hold on. All right, what are we scrolling down for? What?
Or right there. Scroll up. One up. There you go. Thor. With his axe.
That's Loki. Oh, this one here?
There you go.
The 6 scale gallery, man. Look at that, dude. Hell yeah. This is new.
Yeah, man.
Man, people just look at that, man. It looks like the lighting on Thor is so great. He looks like he's like a real person here, which is what I like about Hot Toys, you know. Even the hair, it looks like he's a rooted hair on this one.
This is a rooted hair version.
Yeah.
I think he got this one. But if you scroll down to where the axe is, you see how the shine is?
Yeah.
On that axe? Hold on. That's me, excuse me. I had it zoomed in again.
No, that's your optical flare. That one looks directly out of Photoshop though. It looks like one of their presets.
Yeah, that's what I want on my blade when I have Ronin out for that shot. I didn't take the shot yet for it, but when I find time to just sit around and just, you know, set up, because it's a bigger figure, I have to work with, you know, a small table. Instead, I'm gonna try to do it from the floor and see if I can get the distance that I want and get, you know, the look that I want.
What you should do if you want help with that particular portion of it is what I would do is message Harry. You got him on your Instagram or whatever, right?
Yeah, I got Harry. I
would message him and see if he would help you do an optical flare, because he helped me do this one for Wolverine. And he can run it through After Effects and even build it and like just run through like StreamYard. Like he can even use this StreamYard because he's got access to it, and we just do it, you know, not live. And he can show you what he's doing and all that stuff, and you guys can decide together how you want that flare. Because in After Effects, when you use the flare program, you can build that flare exactly how you want, like to the last detail with every little sparkle part that pops off of it. So you can make it exactly the way you want it. It's not just a preset and you're done with it, you know, which is how the Photoshop ones are. So that's why I brought that out.
Yeah, on my phone, I got a couple of apps that do stuff like that, which I'm going to be taking a look to see if I actually want to go that route. That's where I get all the fog, atmosphere stuff that I did with Venom.
Yeah.
It's the same app. It's just I could adjust the size of it and whatnot.
I don't know if we're done or not. I don't know if we got people that posted stuff that's older or not. I can't.
I'll say go where H Green stuff is at, because it doesn't look like it looks mixed a little bit.
Well, what happens if somebody goes back and hashtags it later? It's going to be in there from when they actually posted the picture, not when they put the hashtag in. So
Yeah,
that's chronologically, it gets all messed up.
Yeah, that's an issue. But yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, this was a figure flex one. See, they've come back and hashtagged me because I know we didn't talk about this.
Yeah.
Or did we? I don't know. Shoot. So many questions, so little time. Dude, I don't think I've seen this one either. Look at I didn't look at the H screen, man. Came back and did this. This is awesome rain effects here. That's in camera rain effects too. That's not Photoshop.
That's dope.
Harold, what kind of shutter speed you running here? Because this is actually a really good shutter speed for the rain effect you got going on there. I like it. That's your Black Series crosshair, though, right?
Yep.
I think.
I can't wait. Movie Realization Line does the Bad Batch. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome samurai armor.
Yeah, possibly. But while we're waiting for H Green to get back to us on this one, man, like I said, this is kind of why I like putting the camera settings in there, because this is a perfect example of where shutter speed, knowing somebody's shutter speed, would help you replicate an effect like this. Like,
gotcha.
If I do if I do a shot like this, the fact that I have my shutter speed in there, and if you're using a real camera, you could just set you can make that the priority and be like shutter speed 300, and that's going to give you rain like that, so long as you have the right lighting and everything after the fact. But you'll have the streaks the way you want them, instead of kind of guesstimating and wasting time that way. Like every time I've shot rain, it's been at shutter speed 250 so far. That's where I shot this one at. That's the shutter speed 250 with the rain there. So
yeah, that looks like it's a storm. Like it's not stopping. Like it's so heavy, so thick that it's just coming down. Like any thicker, it'll just be like water being poured on you.
Well, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, that was one good spray with that bottle, man, and it made this really thick rain. And when you're shooting rain, you need to have a very strong light to light up the rain. So that's why I decided when I did the shot, there's like one way to get around it is have your light behind it and pointing towards the camera, because then it's not going to have any choice but to give you the rain that you want, because all that light's going to light up that rain. But when I tried to do something similar to that, I got to go back to here because it's been blocked. This rain almost gets lost. I didn't have enough light in there. But there's the rain there, but it almost gets lost because there's not enough light in the scene. Really, Harold? That was at 125?
125 speed. Wow.
Hold on. Let me get back to where were we at? There. Nope. Wait. Where was I? Oh, that's right. There's another tab here. Wow, 125. I guess, yeah, I could see, because you got very nice streaks here, so that would be from the slower shutter speed. And these, I guess, the smaller bits are probably from when it bounces off of them. Maybe, because that's why they're angled differently, too. But, yeah, so 125, that gets you the longer streaks like that. So the faster the shutter, the smaller the streaks are going to be, basically. I mean, obviously, it's how quickly the camera opens and closes the shutter. So when I ran that 225, if I could, actually I can zoom in. If I go here and go here, I still got some streaks here though. But I'm trying to find a good place to look at that.
You want to know? You want to know a little movie magic?
Huh?
Back in the day when they were filming black and white films and they were trying to get rain stuff, and remember the Disney classic? The Disney classic, excuse me. The old classic. I'm Singing in the Rain.
Yeah.
Number.
Yeah.
It wasn't rain that they filmed. It was milk, because they couldn't get water to come up on the film, so they used milk, so it replicated rain. So he was literally singing in milk and not singing in.
That's rain. A lot of milk. That's
a lot of milk, bro.
Yeah, that's a lot of milk, guys. That's Talking about crying over spilt milk, dude. That's a lot of milk, dude. But so you want to play with your shutter speeds to get the rain the way you want it. There are people though that shoot and you get those beads, just like a bead of water, and that's going to be a really fast shutter speed. You're going to have to even be faster than what I was shooting at to get those bead of waters. But you're going to need that light to shine through the water to bring it out. Otherwise, your camera's not going to pick it up. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever watched like a show. Smallville's real big at this one I can think of the top of my head because they shot in Vancouver all the time, which it rains all the time up there. But you can never tell it's raining because they don't light up the scene, so you see the rain. You may occasionally see a drop of rain here or there in the scene, but otherwise it looks kind of overcasty and not that bad out. But half the time, most of their stuff they're shooting in the rain, and you don't see it because the light's not there to light up the rain. So you need to have a light in there to light up that rain.
Another example is Twilight. You know, they were always in the dark, rainy kind of environment throughout the day. Like everything was wet, but you never really saw rain there because there wasn't enough light. But you know, Berserker Alien, the ugliest in the planet.
This is the 6-scale gallery Berserker Alien. I don't actually own this, or not Alien, Predator. I don't actually own this figure because I don't really like this figure enough. I will probably eventually buy it, but I just never liked this look for the Predator. If you put his mask on though, he's not too bad looking. But the shot's not too bad. It's you know, straight on face shot. It looks like it's shot with the portrait mode on the phone though. I could be wrong, but let's give it a little heart there. Yeah, I don't know if you're limited to the phone or not, but that's what I'm guessing. From the way that it handles your depth of field here, it looks like you're using the portrait mode, and you're letting it do the depth of field here because it doesn't do it quite right, and it makes it really shallow really easily. So yeah, the lighting's not bad. It's very flat though, but good start. Good start. Any thoughts, Lou?
I want to see more.
Right?
Like I want to see more. That's all.
Yeah. Let's get some more 6-scale gallery. Let's get some more, man. Oh, look at this. Look at this. This is an outdoor shot. Use some vapor effects or smog effects here. This is great. I love this shot. That's really nice. What Harold's always been really good with outdoors, and this is something a lot of people with figures have a hard time with. But what I've always found that he's good with is finding the foliage that's in the scale, or could look like it's in the scale of the figure, and not totally blow out the realistic, shot that he's gone for by having misscaled, foliage in the shot. He's always really good at finding those weeds that can look like a plant or something that's the right scale.
Yeah, but a lot of the horizon stuff that he has,
it's real trees.
It's just backdrop, so it doesn't matter what scale you're using, it's going to be far away regardless. As long as the subject is in focus, everything that's in the horizon doesn't matter. Yeah, and the fact that you've cropped off the tops of it, you don't see how much taller that really is. You've got enough going on here that looks like it's a real tree line, and there's some trees that are just taller than others. But it's only the bushes that would give it away. The bush is too big or anything like that, and there's a way around that. Modeling stuff, you already know, you could bring a lot of modeling props as far as bushes and stuff like that, bring them with you and set it in this environment, creating your scaled environment. Yeah, I love it, man. It's great. What's up, S-Beam? How you doing today, man? S-Beam, my brother. Yeah, he didn't come through on this chat yet. There he is. What's up? Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, I wanted to mention this one here too, Mansell 472, man. I don't know what the figure is, but it's pretty cool. Figure, and it's one of the most popular ones because he is kind of reminiscent of Legion from the movie. I mean, Darkness, Legend. Darkness, the character, Legend, the movie. Yeah. That's what I thought too when I first saw him. I was like, "That's very Tim Curry, Legend," but he's gonna get the hoof feet. Yeah. See, because the Four Horsemen makes the Mythic Legion line, and they were the sculptors for most of the WWE He-Man figures, and even a lot of the Playmates, the Mattel stuff as well. But these guys over here make their own line. That's where that troll stone troll that I have is from Mythic.
Yeah.
And their scale is 7-inch scale and above, and a lot of their stuff is customizable. So you can buy a different variations of these figures and pop them all apart and interchange parts, stuff like that. Like customization is highly, highly, highly regarded in this line, and I need to get a couple of these to do a kind of display that I want to do with the samurai figures, because the creatures is what I'm more interested in, because for this specific line we don't get enough creatures. We only got Grogu and Maul. That's it. We didn't get any other aliens that were made into this line. Pretty much everybody has to have armor to be in this line. That's why you don't see any Jedi.
Gotcha. Back to the photo though. I really dig this shot. The only thing that's kind of bugging me here is it's just the use of the blur. That obviously this is a man-made blur that you put here, but it looks like you caught a little bit to the side of his face here. So it's kind of a little ham-handed, I guess, with the blurring effect that you used, which it's a learning curve. So it's not. I'm not great at the blur yet either. What I tend to do if you have Photoshop is I'll make a mask of the layer and blur that and not the actual layer. That way I can come back and fix if I go outside the lines and stuff. But it's a great shot though, really good. We didn't go over this one either. AO.Z, April 2nd. Look at that. Yeah, that's a great shot. I don't like Leto's Joker, but this is a great shot.
Yeah. That's a dope Joker. I may want to grab this because if I get the Justice League the way I want it, I'll probably just do the Nightmare version.
Mm-hmm.
That way I could justify getting characters and stuff. But this is an awesome shot. Really awesome shot.
Yeah, his lighting's on point here. The fact that you got enough going on this side doesn't make me sad that I have this black on this side. You have your depth built by this side alone, so it works out for the left side. So I like that a lot, dude. AO.Z, this is awesome right here. And then to touch on S-Beam, dude, I'm jealous. I haven't seen Multiverse of Madness yet. I'll probably be seeing it Thursday is the earliest I'll get to see it, because tomorrow my wife will be at work, like actually out at work, which means nobody will be home with the dogs. So I got to stay here. By the way, guys, since I got you all here, first appearance Friday this week also will be canceled. I have another contractor. Actually, it's for the same company, but they're actually going to do the work this time. This past Friday, the reason why we didn't have the show was because they were going to be here to appraise and give us a quote and all that stuff. And I didn't know how long it was going to be, and I had to do that. But this coming Friday is when they're actually going to install the new garage doors. So I won't be able to try to stream while they could possibly doing that. So this Friday, I'll also not be here. I apologize.
You're not doing first appearance Friday?
Yeah, I got contractors coming out this Friday to install new garage doors, so they're gonna be here all day, and I don't know if they're gonna be done soon enough for me to start streaming. So instead of worrying about that, because the garage is literally right there, so if they're in there, they're gonna be making noise, and it's gonna distract. So, and plus my wife will be working, so I have to be the one dealing with them. So I can't be trying to stream and deal with them.
You know what you could do? You could pre-record a Friday the 13th, a themed type of stream. Just go over all the talking points and stuff that you wanted to talk about and discuss, or and whatnot, and then post it up on Friday as a live stream while they're working. Just post it.
It's a possibility, but editing, I don't know if I have enough time to edit all that. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
Let's move on then. It was something I just remembered I need to mention, and I'll put a community post on it too. But yeah, this Friday I'm gonna be as of right now I won't be doing the live stream. H-Screen, don't spoil it. I have not seen Doctor Strange yet. Shoosh.
Hot garbage. Shoosh. It's hot garbage, man.
Man, I haven't, dude. H-Screen, where are all these? I haven't seen any of these pictures. Apparently, I haven't liked any of these. Look at this. This is great.
This is dope.
I like to know what you're using for this background piece. I was trying to find a texture like this the other day. This background that you're using here, I'd like to know what that is. Because when I was building up my alien set, I was looking for that kind of background. Not the top, but the background. So, other than that, it's a great shot. I like how you got the reflections here in the visor, which I think is a big must whenever you're shooting a character with a visor. Trying to get some kind of life out of that visor is always great. And the lighting is pretty well done here. H green. Oh, I guess it's Lou.
Bro, it's not my show. It's your show.
I didn't know if there was anything you want to add, man.
There's nothing to add. It's H Green, man. He's been killing it, man.
All right, H Green.
He's been killing it, man. There's nothing more to say.
6-scale gallery. There you go. Bringing some fire here with the Hot Toys Two-Face figure. It looks like we're focused on the hand, though, and not the coin. That's the only thing that I would address. Is
it?
Yeah, because the hand looks like it's a bit more in focus on the coin. And if I think really for this shot to really work, you want to be on that coin, the actual coin, not the knuckle, because it looks like you get the. And it could be just a fat finger with the focus. You probably use the autofocus, like you tap the screen where you want it to focus at, and that's the closest that he got. And he thought he nailed it, but he's, at least from what I can tell, he's not quite there. He's on the hand and not the
very
finger.
Tiny coin to.
Yeah, it's hard to. It will be hard to do.
That's hard critiquing for something so.
Yeah, the shot works. Again, I'm just one of the people who overanalyze stuff and like really just nitpick. But that's also kind of the reason why this show, I think, has helped the people that it's helped. Because I'll nitpick on the stupid stuff that people just don't think about. And overall, it adds to the success of the entire shot. So, you know what I just realized?
You have people shoot like you. I'm joking.
I just realized my posters have not been on the whole time.
Really?
I was like, wait a minute, we gotta fix this. Oh, man.
Take your advice from this man. Let me stop.
Yeah, exactly. I was like nitpicking on things, and I realized my posters were wrong.
Don't listen to me. Like art is subjective, and that's the beautiful thing about it. It brings us together and divides us in different weird ways, but we still can come together and appreciate art.
Yeah. Well, I think in this shot here, I mean, everything else is lining up great. Like his lighting is great, the depth of field, the blur. Like we're trying to focus. I know that the intent of the shot is to focus on that coin. We just missed it to a little bit. So the coin is a little bit blurrier than it should be. It's this knuckle that's not blurred at all. So it got focused on the knuckle. But if we could have gotten that coin, it would have been like an awesome shot, dude. I would have been like, hell yeah. But I'm gonna still like that because it's awesome. It's just not quite the focal spot that you want it to be at.
Yeah.
The lighting is great. The bokeh on Two-Face's face is great.
Just the fact that he was able to get close enough where we could see the freaking coin. That's
well, it's not a matter of close. It's, I mean, depending on what lens you're using. Again, people don't post this stuff, which is why you want to post this stuff so people can learn. Like, if I did this shot and I told you what lens I was using, then I could go back and try to replicate this and learn how to do it. That's why when I post my stuff.
Yeah, but my statement wasn't so much of like zooming in for the shot. The fact that we get a close-up shot of the coin and Two-Face is blurred out. That is like different because you don't see people normally do that. What they would normally focus on is Two-Face, have the coin in the hand, and you have to play Where's Waldo with the coin.
H-Green says it's a deceptive metal sheet from Hobby Lobby. Okay. So take a look at that. I like this shot though a lot. 6-scale gallery, man. I do. Just wish we could have gotten that coin more sharper, a lot sharper. 6-scale gallery with the Star-Lord here. Rock on.
Yeah. I remember he was. I think 6-scale gallery was on Lael's show, and he described this shot as well. And he actually did some editing for the actual eyes to make them glow like that.
Yeah.
So he edited the eyes, and it just came out nice. That's an awesome shot.
It's a great shot. The lighting and everything's really great here. I like the composition of the shot. But again, I'm here. My whole thing is to tear apart your dreams. And so the only thing I'm going to nitpick on this is right here and right here. This material, and this isn't even your fault. This is just a limitation of the toy. This material, it is appearing plasticky. Just the way that, not the blood type whatever marks on it, but the other parts on there. The way that the paint is like that fake metallic looking paint there, and it just. Copper. Sorry, you broke up.
Flat copper. It's flat copper paint with some of the buffing on it to give it the battle damage look.
It's just making it look plasticky, though, is the problem.
Yeah, it's the flatness of it that's making it look plasticky.
But the shot itself is great. It's a limitation of the figure, in my opinion. But it's just there might be a way to manipulate lighting to not catch that. I don't know. I would have to personally play around with that shot to do that, dude. 1.6 shooter. I don't think, dude. I didn't even. Oh hell, man! Look at
1.6 shooter. Killing it.
Look at this shot, dude. Now this is. Remember earlier where I was talking about adding haze to a scene to give it that depth.
Yeah, and he has it in there like different.
Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, yeah, you got your depth because your depth of field's pretty shallow here. I mean, he's probably shooting at a 2.8 depth of field here. This figure is only probably like 6 inches away. Maybe not even that. But the reason why this really works, even though his blur is working so well, is because you got this fog in between them that's really selling the fact that they're separated by something and not just how far apart they are.
Yeah, it also looks like he's coming out of a mist of some type where it's from the clear, and it's like almost like pushing through smoke. But even though smoke, it's very harsh. This looks very like atmospheric in the sense of, oh yeah, I'm coming out from one type of environment into another, and like a temperature differential or atmosphere or what you would call it. It's like going from woods to the beach. There's like that sharp cut, and it's like you're going from here into sand, and you're like it just changes dramatically.
Well, I don't know how long Trevor had the shutter open, but it wasn't too long, because if you look closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because you're seeing it through like, all of the different layers where I'm looking directly at the Instagram post.
Yeah,
but you can see some of the tendrils from the fog effect here. And so that means your shutter's not uberly slow. It's not like, it's probably not even a second. It's probably like a half a second, or maybe, a little faster than that, but it's not overly slow.
But I do have one critique.
Say again?
I do have one critique though.
Yeah, go ahead.
The gun is not in the hand.
Yeah. That could be a limitation of the figure though, but yeah, I did notice that too.
I wouldn't know unless I had the figure, but yeah, dude.
This is a great shot though. I noticed it, but it wasn't the first thing I noticed. To be honest with you, it was even though I want to, critique or whatever, I don't think Trevor needs me to critique anything, but he's probably beyond my reproach. But it is something I did notice, but it wasn't something that just stood out immediately, because the rest of the shot just had my interest. Everything else was just so on point that you look at that later and go, maybe it's just a limitation of the figure, and you just let it go. It wasn't like something where I was like, you need to try to get that gun in his hand, sir. No.
Well, if it has a trigger finger, it's meant to go in there. You know what I mean? And I don't know the figure. I don't have any experience with this figure whatsoever. I would look at it and see if there's any reviews on it and whatnot. But if it's a limitation to the figure, that is bad for a figure.
It could be it's just a tight hand, and you didn't have time to warm it up to get it in there.
Well, he had time to pull up the poses.
Well, that's not the gun he came with. Maybe it's a different gun. Like for the scene, he wanted to use somebody else's gun, and it was too big.
Maybe. Either way, that just like everything is great, and then when I zoomed in and I'm like, I see where your mouse is going, then I look at the rest of the shot, I'm like, wait, he's not holding the gun properly. That
Again, it's not bothering me entirely too much. I think the rest of the shot entirely makes up for it personally.
I think the opposite. I think
all right. Well, I'll tell Trevor you said that.
No, I'll tell him myself. Yo, Trevor.
All right.
The hand not holding the gun just threw me off. It looks like he's just holding the barrel with two fingers, which he's not. He's holding it with the whole grip, and it's just like hanging off, unless he got shot and we missed the shot of him getting shot.
That's very possible too. Who knows? Let me see. I don't think we have any more shots here to talk about today. Yeah, I think we've gone over everything. Huh?
Who's that weird bald guy in the shot?
I don't know. Some fugly mofo. That's all I know. Let's stare at that. That's a much better thing to look at than that ugly guy. I think I got to repost this one too, but since it's not Alien Day or the week or whatever, I just don't want to flood my feed with reposts of Alien stuff.
Well, I think what you should do is go back to your catalog, whatever you have, and just start flooding your Instagram, like like one photo a day. Just boom, 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 go to your backlog and just.
That's what I've been trying to do. Is every day I put it. Last week I was trying to put a new one and at least one old one up as well. The problem is that they cannibalize each other whenever you post. Like it's kind of like the bump system, but it bumps you the wrong way. Like you post a second shot, you've now like bumped your other shot, your shot earlier, way down the list, so nobody sees that one anymore. So it's really hard for me to justify doing that to a piece, especially a shot that I like. Like that Guyver. This Guyver shot. I think that same day I posted something else. Let me see. No, okay. No, wait. Now, Guyver, I just posted a weird hour, but this Guyver shot, I cannibalized it with one of the two. Let me see. That was May 2nd, May 1st, May 2nd. Yeah, so I cannibalized it with that.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. Out of the shots, I prefer the first shot you did with Guyver versus this Guyver.
Really? You don't like this one as much?
No.
I was trying to do that walking away, getting the explosion thing. It didn't quite land for you?
No. Like, I know what you was going for. You was going for that cover look from the disc where he's coming out of flames and stuff. And the way this figure moves, it's like...
It's this ball joint here messing with you, right?
Huh?
It's this ball joint here messing with you, right?
It's not the ball joint, it's just torso in general, because the crotch area, it's too, like, the figure itself, it gives you so much range of motion that you have to be careful the way you place the figure, because everything could get jumbled up, especially when you're posing. This right here, he's overposed. He's overposed. It's not a subtle pose, it's an overpose. Here is a perfect ground pound pose. You can tell it's a ground pound pose. The knee is up, everything on it.
Actually, this hand is open because I don't have a closed hand for that one.
Yeah, you can't tell that. But you can't tell. But with the other shot, you can see where it's disjointed. If I get my Guyver figure, I'll show you.
Guys, he's pulling apart my Guyver figure. Don't let him do it, guys. Don't let him do it. My Guyver figure is right here. It's my Guyver figure with my 1/18 scale Alien Queen from Hiya Toys. I fought this guy hoping that it would maybe work. But doesn't. She's just too small. Lou, you back? Okay.
I'm back.
I got receding hairline. I kid.
Give me a second.
Well, you're not ready. We'll go somewhere else, man. That's cool.
Well, it's not gonna be long.
My Guyver figure is just chilling, man. He's doing the whole Dr. Ian Malcolm pose from Jurassic Park.
Draw me a French lady.
Yeah.
So, all right. So here's what I'm talking about with Guyver specifically.
Yeah, move your tree, man. Damn hippies.
Listen, it's all about nature and bud. Okay. So you see this crotch area right here? The distance that you have is like this, right? And then you have his leg turned out this way, and then you have him, doing that pose, walking. It's too posed. This is how it's supposed to look, armor-wise. And when you got that kind of walk going in, you twist it a little bit, but you got to make sure that this is lined up properly.
You gotta get that crotch back into line because it is off to the side a little bit. Kind of weird, I guess.
Yeah, because it's like it's a floating piece, so you have to be very careful with the way you pose it. But what throws it off is that one little thing. You know what I mean? Like this is uncontrollable. The flaps, that's just the design of the figure. It's uncontrollable. It has the other Guyver as well, but it's when this right here is too twisted out and it looks like this. Yeah, that's off.
This I don't think it's too far off of mine. I mean, it's a little twisted, but not nearly that bad.
That's enough for me to be like, ugh.
I had to tuck this arm behind his leg though because his hand is open. It just didn't look right having that one hand just wide open.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I think we're gonna wrap this up, Lou. I think we've done enough damage today.
I think you should call this photo damage control. We're gonna control what we think about how much damage we're gonna lay to your photo.
Yeah.
Oh, Critiquing Tuesday. That's what it should be called. Critiquing Tuesday.
Here you go, Lou. I found this in a box of my toys. This is a McFarlane figure. I'm not even.
That is the Serpent King from Spawn. I want to say Wave 12. I have it, but I removed all the chains from it and I gave it to Spawn.
Yeah, I should probably take them off because it's annoying the crap out of me.
It is annoying. Like that whole thing is annoying.
And some of them already popped off anyway,
Yeah, the glue wasn't really good. Like McFarlane had the detail, the articulation was lacking, and like I don't know, man. The people at NECA, when they were working for McFarlane, before they branched out and did their own thing, I'm glad NECA went and did their own thing. Let's just keep it a stack, because if they were still with McFarlane, imagine the statue style Turtles figures we would have gotten if we would have gotten that.
Anyway, he was in a box full of figures, and there was another figure. I don't know what this is. I think it's another McFarlane because you can barely pose it.
I think so.
His knees don't even bend, so.
I think so. Is that from the Army of Darkness?
2001. It doesn't even say McFarlane, so I don't even know who it is, to be honest with you. 2001 SWC Inc. China.
SWC?
Yeah.
SWC. Oh, I know what that is. That's Stan Winston's toys.
Oh. Well, he was in that box too. I don't know what it is. He's a little too big, though, to go with anything. I'm still sad my Target didn't have any more of these, though. I would have bought all they had after posing these.
You did all they had.
Yeah, I would have bought more, though. I would have bought it. I mean, this alien is like the best posing alien. I love that I can just get his legs up to wherever I want him, really. And he can just do whatever he wants.
I'm telling you right now, Maz, I think if you got your hands on one of these realization line figures, you would really, really enjoy it. Whether it be Vader, Boba, or Maul, you would have fun. The only thing with Maul, though, the way they sculpted it, they sculpted his poofy shoulders, where it kind of it gets hindered, right? So what you would have to do, I know me. So there's a trick. You would have to literally pop out the arm, swap shoulders, right? Or swap the sleeves rather, right? So that way the shoulder articulation point and the actual arm articulation point is cohesive, and the flaring out of the bowing of the sleeves go back instead of forward, so that way you can get the full range of the arms. So
I mean, how many figures do you know that can get that kind of pose, man?
The S Figure Arts one, the Rebel Tech one, the Play Arts version, and they're all xenomorphs. They're all xenomorphs.
Oh, as far as out of the NECA line, man.
Oh, out of the NECA line, there's Gorilla Alien, Mantis Alien, Runner Alien.
Runner Alien can't pose like this. His legs pop off.
Well, yours pop off. Mine's don't.
Yeah, well, mine pop off. Both of mine. That's why I was sad that I bought that after that, because I was like, wow, I just want to be able to do this kind of pose, and you can't. As far as Alien Queens go though, man, this Hiya Toys one is awesome. I mean, she's tiny, but she's I like her so much better than the NECA one. Like, I can actually get these quills into her, and they stay, and you can reposition them how you want because they're on a joint that moves. Whereas with the NECA one, they just fall out constantly. The only thing is that bugs me, and I don't know what it is, but both aliens have this problem. Both queens, you can't really move the head down any further. That's as far down as I can get the head to move. So, but she's a much more stable figure too. Her stand is much better than the one NECA. NECA made a poopy stand for her.
Well, it's because of the weight. You know, like having all that plastic, dense plastic at that, and just being top heavy. Her arms are better articulating on this one than the NECA, which is bigger. Like these arms here specifically, the ones in the center, I can pose the crap out of those compared to the one of the NECA one. They just kind of like, they're like Fisher Price arms. They're just like, we're arms, no we're not. just crazy, just how bad they are, the arms in the NECA one. I gotta see if I can get more Jango Fett movie realization line figure, and make a couple of custom Mandalorians, because he's the one without the extra battle damage that's on the chest and helmet, so he's more streamlined to be suited for customization. They have KO versions of these figures, but I wouldn't recommend them. But I'll probably get maybe 2 more characters, like Mandalorians from this specific line, so I could customize them and have me a nice army of Ronin. Because basically every Boba Fett style character, Jango, Boba, Mando, they're all classified as Ronin, Master of the Samurai. So being bounty hunters, they're Master of the Samurai. The Ashigaru foot soldiers, or basically what they are, foot soldiers, are the stormtroopers. So they haven't gone into like the prequels other than Maul and Jango. I wish they could do more, but it's a very niche line, and see, people do complain about the price, but you're paying for aesthetics and paint. Like, if you see the paint job on this, like, this is weathered to the nines, man.
Yeah. Let me ask Luminara a question while we got her here real quick. Luminar, was your Gold Armor Wonder Woman, is that through Sideshow? Because mine just says preparing to ship, so I'm just wondering.
Oh yeah, hers is definitely from Sideshow.
Oh, okay. So mine just, I paid for it last week, but it's just in there preparing to ship. So hopefully she'll go out soon. I was just wondering if they had them in the warehouse, or if they're like one of these things where they're like, we'll bill you for it, but we'll send it to you later. So,
well, hers is fully paid for, though.
Yeah, so is mine. They billed me for it, and then I paid the difference. So.
Yeah, but did you pay it recently, or this was like a while ago?
I paid it last week when they told me it was or told me they wanted to pay for the rest of it.
Oh no, this is recent. She had hers paid for already. So if she's saying she's getting hers now, then that means that they
she's not just getting hers now. She's got hers now. She took a picture of her with the figure.
Oh, got hers now. Oh, okay, so yeah, then it's on its way.
Well, mine hasn't shipped yet. That's what I'm saying. Mine is still.
They're
preparing to ship. It's paid for. They're preparing to ship it.
Yep, it's on the way.
Yeah,
it's on the way.
But anyway, I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys. We're gonna have we're gonna go ahead and let you guys go. If you guys want to participate in the coming shows, make sure you hashtag Invader Moz. We'll go over your shots. Each Tuesday. This Friday, though, guys, don't forget. As far as First Appearance Friday goes, will not be happening because. Okay, yours shipped out on the 5th. That's when I got billed for mine, was the 4th. So, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, this Friday, First Appearance Friday is not going to happen because I have an installer come over here. We're going to get new garage doors put in. So I won't be able to do both. So sorry about that. But make sure you guys, if you're a member, or if you're a member, make sure you've gone and voted for the wallpaper for the end of the month. Right now, the Guyver shot is the one that's winning. The one that Lou likes. This one here is going to be your wallpaper as of right now, but you guys can vote and change that. There's 3 to choose from. J Toys asked me, which site am I getting my Ecto One Afterlife? I ordered mine from Big Bad Toy Store because the shipping prices weren't going to change. So regardless of how crazy it gets in this world, my shipping is locked in at $4. That's why I went with them. So yeah, but so yeah, if you remember, guys, you get a free wallpaper. Remember, at the end of the month, you get to vote on which wallpapers. There's 3 to choose from, and right now the Guyver one is the one that's winning. So look in to become a member for the site if you'd like. And if you like the video, please hit the like button. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribing. And Lou, what do you got going on this week?
Well, this week I got a new job, so I start tomorrow. My new job.
Oh, Snapple!
So yeah, so we're gonna see how that's gonna turn out for the rest of my life until either I'm comfortable or find another job after that. It's all a part of growing. Into one as a job. It is what it is. But as far as my channel, I have Ronin, Mandalorian, and Grogu on my channel as far as a review. Then I'll be doing the Spider-Man 2099, Mark IV Spider-Man from PS4 Spider-Man game, and the Hawkeye Deluxe Ronin figure.
Nice.
So I'll be doing those when I find the appropriate time, depending on how my schedule goes for this new gig. But in the meantime, I have this up there right now as we speak.
Well, so as far as shows, though, do you know any shows you might be on, or you don't know what your schedule is going to do to that, or?
I don't know what my schedule is going to be like for the beginning of the week because it's training. So my schedule that I know for time is going to be 9 to 6 at nighttime. So I'll be able to, come in, evenings and say what's up. 8 o'clock will be my cutoff time, and then, start getting ready to head to work. But for Fridays, Figure Flex Fridays, depending on the schedule, more than likely I'll be able to go through a whole show because I'll start at 9. I'll be ready at work at 9. So
okay, so you'll still be able to stream from work then?
No, can't stream from work. It's a casino.
Oh, okay.
I'll be working on the floor, so
All right.
I don't know how that's going to work out here.
That's right. Figure Flex Friday starts at 7:30.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it may start earlier depending. Don't know. But
well, you guys need to back off my Fridays, man. Even though I'm getting screwed these past few weeks, man. 5 o'clock is what I start at now. Stop. Will dropped on me last week as well at 5:30. I was like, I'm glad I'm not trying to stream against that. Killing me, Will. You hear me, Will? You're killing me. Moved to 5 in the afternoon. Nobody wants that slot. Now all of a sudden, people want it. Ah.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about YouTube, man. It doesn't matter what time of the day or what slot you do. You know, people will tune into you regardless, whether it's during or after. Yeah. You know, you got to give a shout out to the people who watch the replays.
Yeah, I do, man. You guys need to leave a comment though, and let us know that what you think. But with that, I'm gonna get out of here. I think Thursday I'll be on Brothers Cousins if he's still doing his thing on Thursday. I know this past week we were messed up by Doctor Strange. He went to see that. So also I might go on my own stream after that to unbox my Guyver 3 if he gets in here on Thursday like he's supposed to. So we'll do a live unboxing of that because again I hate editing these things. So yeah. All right, guys. With that, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a great night. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for another toy photography talk then. So take it easy, guys. Take it easy.